They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, so I would be a fool to leave my eyes exposed. In the dark I glow, I got neo soul, so with my eyes closed I can see a lot when it's told. I've been exposed, the stories of rose made with pure gold, pearly white gates with the diamond handles. Trying to hustle hard so my family can go down Wall Street without them folks calling us broke. I've been rich before, bro, but not in this lifetime. These kids got swag, but it's not quite like mine. Walked in the crib, my girl watching that Lifetime. She hit me with a question, now I'm down in my lifeline. My life is like a show that hasn't made it to prime time. I'ma skip that prime time and chill in the limelight. A 9mm don't shoot like a 4.5. Mathematic flow, boy, I'm spitting that Einstein. Dog, I swear I must have killed that pussy like 9 times. Now she spoiled and she wanna dine and some fine wine. We ain't jewelry shopping, but you just picked a fine time. Peace, I gotta go, I drop you off at the bus line. I used to kick dirt, now when I travel I touchdown. Who's gonna make you eat dirt for talking about us? Nah, used to be a boy, I'm on my grown man-ish. And if your life sucks, I'm trying to get to know that bitch. If he's cool, then baby, I'm cold as shit. Matter of fact, I don't know nobody cold as this. I'm built for this ish, they trying to study my blueprints. I'm so Swayze, like I studied the blueprint.
Money coming in, so we up now. When I was broke, they wouldn't touch down. Started from the bottom of the bed, man. Had to get it fast, with no vision.
We was lights out, trying to find a way out. Damn, look where I'm at now. I used to be on rocky grounds, but it's solid now. Homies I used to call friends, they ain't solid now. Situations change, I got problems now. Never worry about the haters, focus on the win. When I was down and out, they weren't focused in. Get a little bread, they all focused in. I chose to look at life through a different lens. And my lady stayed down for it all. Take flight, touchdown, we don't round trip at all. We stay, fuck up the towns and the mall. It's her day for being down for the cause.
Yo, what's good, people? And we are back at y'all. We apologize. Well, I apologize for not showing up yesterday on our weekly show. I had some stuff in the studio, upgrading equipment. I was drowned in audio cables and cords and hooking up monitors and speakers and preamps and all types of studio equipment. And it took me the rest of the day to do it. Then I had my daughters and my son and my oldest daughter birthday weekend and stuff like that, so I was busy. But we back at y'all with y'all today with another one to be consistent. We didn't want to leave y'all hanging, so we finna do a show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Another late one, but we see y'all show up and show out for the late one, so it is all good. As y'all come in, hit the like button. Hold on, you hear my children? Yeah, my children. Hold on. Let me mute myself. Hold on. Because I'm finna go off. If y'all don't shut up.
Hey, yo, what's up, people? What's up, man?
You see me streaming. Close that.
I'm going to try to pronounce this name. Mosem Schmeek. Yeah, what's up, bro?
I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm just sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Harry Balls. What's up, brother?
Don't
King Rico 74G, what up, man? Barrios, what's up, my brother? What's good? Teddy Digital, what's good? Real stop talent.
I'm not gonna do this one. I gotta do this one. Pack a pal. What's good, Pack a pal? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fart. You know what I'm saying? I think Pack a pal is better than calling him Marquis. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate you, Fart. I'm saying that regular. Fart or the Fart Q.
Just call him Pack a pal. Just call him Pack a pal.
That's why you call him that, because you don't know how to pronounce it.
Hey, I ain't finna say that name. I pronounced it right the first time, and I know where he was going with it. I ain't finna say. I'm just gonna call him Pack a Pal.
I got you.
You see it now?
Yeah. Hey, shout out to you, bro. He said it was 3 a.m. He finna go to bed, but he finna hang out with the bros, man. We appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. What else we got?
2man55. Hey, appreciate the follow, bro.
Well, I'd be better too. Yes, sir. Appreciate the follow as well.
Web Dave's Outbreak Gamers. What's up, man? Hey,
Shout out to Web Dave. Shout out to Web Dave.
Awesome.
I just finished up a show with him, Doom Cutie and Retry. And it was an amazing show, man. If y'all can, click on his name, subscribe to his channel, go see the latest show. It was a fun, it was an entertainment, it was a very informative show. So make sure y'all support his channel as well. He do great content, and he has interviews with the who's who of the podcast gaming world. I'm talking about everyone. Your favorite podcaster, you might find an interview on his channel and get to learn what they did and who they were before they came into gaming, how they got into gaming, how they got into podcasting, all of that. And he do 101 interviews. He did one with me, so I appreciate him. So make sure y'all support his content as well.
That's dope. Where we at?
MC.
Far Q. Okay. Luis Jimenez, what's up? Hey, post freaking YouTube, man. No notification. I know, bro. I know sometimes. Sometimes we don't get the notifications.
They don't love us.
Yeah, it won't be like that forever. But we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming, showing up, man, and rocking out with us. Traybone 408, what's good, my bro? We gotta do the drum rolls for this dude here, man. Mac City Entertainment, what's up, bro?
One of the baddest bots in the land. Put some respect on that brother name. You feel me? Put some respect on his name.
Big facts. Let me tell you about Mac. When you play Call of Duty with Mac, you gotta play your hardest, because
what happened with Mac?
What happened gonna drag your team down to the bottom, bro. You gotta get your kills in here.
Hold on. Before we move on, no, would you tell him the story of your Call of Duty experience playing with Mac and what happened?
We couldn't win. When Mac disconnected, we started winning, and he came back. The team caught up, but that's still my bro, though. That's still my bro. But I'm gonna tell you about Mac, though. He ain't gonna stop playing. He ain't gonna stop playing. He got the heart of a champion.
Hey, you say Mac was in there. I'm sick and tired of struggling.
Mac reminded me of Rocky Balboa in the first movie where he lost.
He was the weakest. Oh, y'all don't go in there.
Nah, but that's the bro, though, man.
He stuck in there. He stayed in there. He might have got about one kill, half a kill, or just all assists. But he tried to help the team.
He'll point him out. He'll point him out for you. He got me in that building. He got me. I'll get him, Mac. Just stay back. That's real, bro, though.
Shout out to Child of God Gaming. What's good, man? What's up to everybody in the chat, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for continuing to support the platform and the show and the content and stuff like that. We really appreciate it. We got a great show tonight. We're going to talk about Jedi Survivor. I know Noah's playing it right now. We're going to get his perspective on the game and compare it to the first one that he played. Then we're going to talk about the issues it's having and how some of it is being swept under the rug versus attention that other gamers are getting. We're also going to talk about our expectations of Redfall review. How many are y'all looking forward to playing it day one? How many are y'all looking forward to playing it when the 60 frames per second patch hit? We're going to talk about Benedict Fox. I started a little bit of that. We'll get our perspective on that. PS5 software sales. They're selling hardware, but they are not selling games. It's come from a community that tell us that Xbox people don't buy no games, but one of the exec from Sony came out and said the PlayStation people ain't buying no games. So we here to talk about it, and we'll dab into the ABK and stuff like that. I definitely want to talk about that with new information coming out, the impact of it. Is it a chance that Microsoft can win the appeal? Is it a little ray of sunshine left? We're definitely going to talk about it. The Dark Lord Fusion, what's up? Aaron, what's up? Mello, you there?
Yo, yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, okay, we get okay.
All right, better luck.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
All right, so that's how we rocking today. And then you know how we always stray away from the main topic and stuff like that. So, we'll pull it back in. So if y'all got any questions or any topics in the chat that y'all want to talk about that we might have missed, please inform us and we'll see if we can get to it. But we for the kick this show off. And what y'all want to start with? Matter of fact, we'll start with this. we're gonna start with Jedi Knight Survivor, since that's what Noah playing right now. He ain't got it on screen. You know, I want to say this. I do want to say this. Shout out to KSRT when I was over there on his show with Everborn and stuff. He had this Star Wars gameplay playing in the background. And Lord, my Jesus, I'm telling you, that boy was damn more than a. Let me tell you something. That boy has some, and we talked about it on the show in the chat and stuff like that. We got on him about his bad gameplay, but shout out to him for showing it, being willing to show it and everything. I guess that's why you only gonna see Noah Icon right now, because he don't want to show him getting his ass whooped in the game either. So
it's deeper than that, bro. It's deeper than that.
Yeah, so far it was a Pack of Poly was a 5-hour show. Crazy show, crazy conversation, beautiful conversation, informative. There was agreements, there was disagreements, there was debates. It had a little bit of everything. So make sure y'all go over there to Asante and Neverborn show and channel and subscribe to them and support their platform. They do beautiful work over there. So, Mello.
Gang, what's good?
Man, what's your plan? I know you're playing something. That's why you're distracted. What's your plan, player?
No, I ain't distracted. Shit. I think I got a little bit of food poison, to be honest with you.
Huh? What?
I was.
They talking about me eating. Huh? What you done ate?
I went to a spot out in the city and was watching the game, and I think I ate too much or something, man. I ain't feeling too hot right now, but we gonna rock though. We gonna rock though.
Hey, look, don't throw up on no mics or nothing. You feel me?
I'm trying to get the water in right now with
drink
the
water.
Drink
the water. Get you some heat so your body can sweat it out. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
But no, game wise, honestly, I would just play the last case of Benedict Fox. That's what I've been on.
That's what you've been playing. So you didn't buy Jedi Survivor?
Nah, I'm single player, $60. I'm $70. I'm sticking to my guns on that. I'm sorry. Can't do it.
Okay. Shout out to Mac City Entertainment with the $2. These broken games for $70. I blame Sony. So look, I want Suicide King. What's up? I want to touch on that, right? Let me do this here, because there's been a lot of games, especially on PC and Xbox. It seems like all the PlayStation versions of these games. I ain't saying it's a conspiracy, though. We ain't gonna talk about that, though. You know what I'm saying? It could be a conspiracy there. We got a list of games here, right? And shout out to Jez. Jez, I guess he grabbed this off of Reddit.
Somebody got the runs. Get you.
Hey, that boy get the sweating and y'all know it's a problem.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Your body gonna push out whatever don't supposed to be in there. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I had to get some sea moss and everything, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Whew. So Jazz put out this picture. It said PC gaming, and it should be well, we can't say Xbox because Forspoken ain't no Xbox right now, with these 2 years exclusives. But he said PC gaming in 2023, Forspoken broke at launch, Wild Hearts broke at launch, Hogwarts Legacy broke at launch, Wo Long broke at launch. I didn't even know that was broke on PC. The Last of Us Part 1 broke at launch. And then now Jedi Survivor broke at launch. We don't know how Redfall is going to launch. We don't know how Starfield is going to launch. What do y'all think about what's going on with these games and how they launch?
It's deeper than that, though. It's not just PC. It's console too.
Yeah. And that's the conversation I want to have, because these journalists and things like that came out with Star Wars Jedi, with Star Wars Survivor, and pretty much saying, oh, it's an awesome game. So the issues that it don't matter that the issues that it's had, because it's a great game. But then you had all these articles and stuff on Redfall being 30 frames per 30 frames per second.
All hell broke loose.
And all hell broke loose. But with Jedi Survivor, it's a great game. So
we'll run through the bugs.
We could just look past the issues that it's having. Like, what do y'all think about that? And Noah, we definitely need to get your perspective on Jedi Survivor, where you at in the game, what you think about it, and have you run into any issues?
I think my game is bugged, bro. I'm at this point in the game where I don't know what to do next. Like I don't get any prompts to do anywhere. I'm like, and I see there's these things you got a NPC that you play with, right? And he's on a jetpack, and there's these little points, and normally you can look at it and then hit the right bumper and have him go to it. He might drop like shoot like a grappling hook for you to like a rope for you to grapple on. But in my gameplay, I'm stuck. Like so, I don't know if my game is bugged.
Bug.
Yeah, and then there's the frame rate issues. Like the frame, you can feel the frame dips when you're in combat. It drops to like you can tell like low 40s and high 50s.
Yeah,
And I'm
people
not even in
said
the
that.
open area. I'm not even in the open world section yet. It's just
And
poor optimization.
were these issues right off the back, or
Yeah, I noticed it. Day
wow,
one. Day one.
wow, wow, that's crazy. Because I seen someone on Twitter. They was at a point where they was trying to progress to the next portion of the level, and the door wouldn't open. It just
Yeah, I
the
think
door
and
wouldn't open.
I reloaded my checkpoint and I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, but yeah, I'm a little irritated with the game. And I thought it was just the Xbox version and PC, but
Mhm.
um, that what's his name? His name is Gaming Tech. He dropped a video
Yeah.
showing the PS5 version runs 60 and Xbox runs horrible. Well, that was only like he only played 5 minutes into the game, so he dropped a
Mhm.
video today apologizing. Both versions actually run horrible. They both run horribly. So the PlayStation guys all weekend were pretty much telling us on the Xbox that we got a piss poor version of the game.
Mhm.
Come to find out, we're the game is just poorly optimized no matter where you play it.
No matter where you play it.
It's running.
And,
It's the best. Actually, the best place to if you want the most stable way to play it, it's the Xbox Series S. Um, on the PS, they haven't done analysis on the X, but on the PS5,
mhm.
it runs like 864p. Of course, it's got the FSR upscaling, but it doesn't do that well.
Mhm.
So you're playing the game 864p. It upscale it dynamic scale to like 912p,
Mhm.
and still not hitting 60 frames. Whereas the Series S, because it's not it doesn't have the ray tracing on it,
Yeah.
you get 1080p native
Mhm.
at 30 frames per second, stable 30.
Shout out to Max City Entertainment with the $2. Redfall broke at 30 frames per second at launch. Oh wow! So wow, Max City. So you're saying Redfall is going to be broke at launch?
What's
Wow.
that on console?
30 frames per second don't mean that the game ain't gonna play good. Like,
He's saying Redfall is
what
Starfield
the
going to
fuck?
be broke at launch at 30 frames per second.
I
What's
don't think
going on
Starfield
with
gonna
the
ever run
Xbox
60.
community, man? What's going on with all this? Oh man, y'all letting these
That seem
PlayStation
weird as
guys get
hell.
to y'all,
Yeah, I'm about to
man.
say that shit sound weird as hell because the game ain't broke. Broke is a motherfucker crashing on you. Your save
I
point
don't want to
is
say it's
deleted or something like that. 30 frames per second is just
Mm.
just frames, but
Mac, I'm with you. It
whatever.
should have
To
it
each his
should have been
own, bro.
60 FPS day one. I'm with you on that, Mac, but I
Mm.
can't say it's broken. It's just
Mm.
it's not finished.
Mm.
Yeah, I about
It's
to say your preferable FPS isn't there, but okay, that doesn't mean the game is broken. That's
Mm.
just the point. But
But outside
whatever.
of those
To each his
issues,
own.
I just don't like and this happens a lot, especially with Xbox games. They get thrown under the ringer, right? And if something is wrong with an Xbox game, it is magnified 10 times versus other multi-plat games or even PlayStation or Nintendo games, right? Gears of War, too much A button, too
$20.
brown. Look what happened to Halo Infinite and how it was received off a pre-gameplay footage of when somebody zoomed into one part of the face, and look how the issues have been magnified on the issues that's been happening since after launch, and things like that. And I just think Xbox games get magnified, and it's due to Xbox always being in the media, and they get the most clicks in terms of negative attention. And for the same journalists that criticize Redfall for not having a 60 frames per second mode, comes out and says Star Wars Jedi Survivor has a lot of issues, but it's so good you shouldn't worry about them.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's
people people when they fanboy just pick their sides on what to argue about and what to complain about. Let's just be frank. Removing the consoles out the way, because clearly, obviously, it ain't just the console, because you're seeing it happen on the PC as well. It's just time to say that the developers are fucking up. Long story short, we need to hold them accountable like always, but of course, everybody want to run around with the fanboy hat on and say it's the consoles instead of paying attention to the developers.
Why do you think it's happening though?
Why
do you think all these games is releasing with all these issues?
My opinion, this is just me. Due to the community willing to accept those issues, the developers are just like, hey, we'll deal with this issue when we get the chance. Just get the product out at this point.
So you blaming the gaming community? You saying this
absolutely
that we're not holding these developers accountable? No. We're not deciding or standing firm with our wallets.
Our focus is too much. Too much on the left to understand that it's not in the middle.
What about you, Noah?
I'm with Mello, but I'm gonna take it a little deeper. Okay. You had a certain community of gamers to advocate for a $10 price hike. Without justifying the price.
You choose violence every show. Go ahead.
Hey, that's a fact.
I mean, it's the truth, though.
It's 100% fact.
Oh man, go ahead. Talk your talk.
These guys were raving for $70 games without seeing the product. Yeah, I paid extra 10. Well, this is what we getting.
Because what they raving with, you got to pay attention what they raving. Just because it's on their preferred platform, they want it to succeed and look better. They say, "Oh, we'll overlook the issues." Like you say, even what you post, we post them every time on Twitter. We'll sit there and say, "Hey, I had a bug, interfering glitch that stopped my performance of me playing the game," and everybody will literally attack you based on that. Oh, it only happened once. Why are you crying about it? Oh, I'm
what
past
was that?
it.
In Ratchet and Clank, I think that was in. What's that in Ratchet? I think that was in Ratchet.
I remember the God of War joint when you
the God of War too. When I was falling,
when you was free falling.
I felt, and they cooked me on Twitter. Just because I posted footage of me falling through the level and the map on God of War Ragnarok to show that look, this game does have issues because other people was experiencing too. I thought I was good, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas been playing 30 frames per second games for over the last 5 years. Now all of a sudden they got an issue.
Longer than that. I did
like this is where we at in gaming. And it's just
I forgot about that,
bro.
I forgot about that.
No,
they did cook me. They came, the PlayStation community came in my comment section and cooked me because I posted a bug, an issue with God of War Ragnarok with me falling through the map. And I had seen multiple posts of people on Twitter experiencing the same issue. And they told me that that's not the whole game. It don't matter. This and that. Man, they made up all type of excuses. It's crazy. And those are the same people right now that was making excuses for God of War Ragnarok. That is clowning Redfall for being at 30 frames per second. This shit is crazy. And I have to say this. Shout out to Doom Cutie, who was on Web Dave show with us. And she put out my bro Infinite Umbra. I'm sorry, Umbra, but she was saying that Umbra was playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor, right? And he was playing in quality mode, right? And he was having fun. We were up the band. He didn't even know that he was playing
in 30 frames because he in quality mode.
Didn't even know. Didn't even know.
That's what I'm trying to say.
When he found out, he switched it to performance mode. Now, the reason why I say that and bring that up, how many people that's on Twitter, right? Because I know performance mode had issues and a lot of people switch to quality mode. So how many people on Twitter in this gaming community, in this smaller echo chamber that we in, has criticized Redfall for being 30 frames per second, but playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor right now in quality mode at 30 frames per second?
Nah.
Shout out to Rob, who randomly robs everybody with the $4.99. I hope Redfall legit because I'm tired. Not tired, but tired of fighting these ponies.
I'm tired. Hey, Rob, man, get you 3-man squad and go have fun with the game.
I'm so tired.
Tired of being sick and tired.
So tired.
Y'all so busy worried about fighting the specs. Y'all ain't even having fun with the game.
I will say this. Y'all so busy. Stop. And I think there was Everborn. Shout out my boy Everborn Saga. The Xbox community need to stop worrying about PlayStation and their community and how they feel about our community and the games that we play in our ecosystem. Stop.
Agreed,
please.
But I was still like 60 frames. But hey, check this out though, right? Check this out before we move on to another topic, because I want to we are state of gaming, right? And this is where we at in 2023. I want you guys to sit back and think about where we were in 2015.
Yeah,
we had Batman Arkham Knight.
30.
A few years later, we had Final Fantasy 15. Think about how good those games looked on a 1.3 teraflop and 1.8 teraflop machine. And then look at Gotham Knights. We got that game last year?
Yeah.
Forspoken, made by the same team, right, as Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
What is going on with development and video game development? Why are these games looking worse?
Shout out to Mike in City Entertainment with the $5. Y'all playing it at 30 frames per second. That's okay. It's okay for me to not play it at 30 frames per second. We are not ponies. I don't blame Xbox. I'm blaming the devs. Let me say, he said this, man. Hold on. Let me say nothing because this is Matt. I know Matt saying
you acting like a pony, man.
Let me show Matt saying it like this.
This weak ass argument.
Y'all playing at 30 frames per second. That's okay. That's okay. It is for me not to play it at 30 frames per second. I ain't a pony. You feel me? I don't blame Xbox. I blame the devs instead. Other capping. You feel me? Mac City is mad. Shout out to Mac. Let me tell y'all something. Playing. The reason why all I'm saying is that stop letting the PlayStation community dictate what you do in your own preferred ecosystem. And I think that happens. Look, let them guys rock in they own. Look, when it comes to that, if you play it at 30 frames per second and you enjoy it, it's you. If you want to wait on the 60 frames per second, that's you. We don't have nothing against that, brother. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta stop letting the pony be great. You know what I'm saying? Look at Rob. Like, I'm so tired of fighting. You shouldn't be out there fighting them anyway. It's a fight you can't win because you can't change
another man's opinion.
Yeah, you can't. They're gonna have their opinion and they're gonna say the things they would say, regardless of if you respond to it or not. They always gonna feel that way.
I get Rob. I get what he's doing, but you gotta understand, it is one of you and 200 of them.
You feel me?
So your ass gonna get whooped every time, brother.
No matter how right you are, you can't be right.
You gonna get this beat.
It's like the skeleton army that you see them fighting on the anime shows. Every time they beat up and destroy the skeleton, it rebuilt itself and come right back. You feel me?
Man,
you're wasted, and all you're doing just sitting there wasting time and energy trying to beat an army that you can't beat, man. Forget their opinion. Forget what they think. If they don't rock with this community, they don't rock with the console. And even though many of them have one, they are Game Pass subscribers and all that. But I just said that. But I do think this, and I said this on Web Dave show, y'all. This is my opinion, right? I know this is 2023 and the pandemic has passed, but the lasting effect of the pandemic hasn't passed. Y'all got to remember, we went in.
I ain't saying you. I'm just saying the general statement.
I know. But this is
I was looking at the comment section.
Okay, my bad. So what I'm saying is that y'all got to remember, the world was shut down for damn near 2 years. That's a lifetime for development. You know what I'm saying? 2 years development is put on pause for game development. So you come out of that. Games that were supposed to release in 2021 got pushed back to 2022. A lot of games that were supposed to release in 2022 got pushed back to 2023. At some point, you done took a lot of losses for the 2 years that the pandemic was there. Look how much money companies had to eat or reinvest into games after being shut down for 2 years. Look how much time you have to make up. So I think that look at Art. Art 2 got pushed back to next year at the end of 2024.
Yeah, that's supposed to be.
A lot of these games, like that 2 years took a lot of time off some of these games. And I don't think y'all understand that, and I think the impact of that is what we're dealing with now. Games are just being pushed out the door because at some point, these studios and these publishers have to make what they can off of them, and they can't keep holding on to them. So they put them out. It's a put out and fix them later type thing.
And we're paying extra $10 for it.
Exactly. Look at the Redfall developers saying that the 60 frames per second mode is right there because they don't have enough time.
But I'm just got to be honest. You got to hold the people accountable because even with these issues, you got a certain time frame and window to refund.
Yeah.
And people are not clicking that refund. They accepting it for what it is, continue playing it, and it's justifiable. If I am a company, I can't base my business off of Twitter. I base my business off of sales. And if the sales is coming in and my return is there, I'm gonna continue to keep pushing out the same product.
Twitter's just a small echo chamber. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And then also these game developers and publishers know outside of the small number that make up the hardcore gamer, the casuals don't know what the fuck they playing or what frames they're playing at, as long as they don't care about none of this shit. And the publishers and gamers know that. Casuals they're not invested in knowing what a GPU is, what graphics, what frames is, and none of that, bro.
You know what show did to me, Post? I'm gonna be frank with you. The Cyberpunk situation. When they leaked that email and he was just like, oh, look at how much money we made, and it was buggy as all get out. That shows you everyone should have took heed to that instantly. Like, you know what? No, these developers are playing with our money in our time.
Shout out to Rob, who randomly robs everybody with the $4.99. Makes sense. I even tried to be slick and respond at 4 a.m. on Twitter. 3 seconds later, 10 police responded. They machines. Bro, they like
the coon. They like the big shells off the Mario movie, bro. Them boys is relentless.
Not like this, Rob. Hold on, Rob.
Bro,
wait.
Pose, he ain't lying. You can go on Twitter any time of the day. Bro, it's gonna be one negative post per hour, per 30 minutes about Xbox, bro.
Hey. Yo, hold on.
Somebody gonna post something, let you know they there waiting to defend PlayStation, bro.
Hold on. You're not the ponies, Mac. You're not the ponies. I'm just saying this, Rob. Y'all hear what this way say? I was up at 4 a.m.
4.
I responded.
The sun ain't even
on
up.
Twitter 3 seconds later.
The sun ain't even up.
Hey, we know, bro. Trust me, we know.
I'm having fun with my Xbox. It ain't 30 frames per second. It's a crappy game.
Let me tell you something, Rob. You know who they led by, right?
Man.
They led by J-Dub. And let me tell you something.
I think that nigga got his Twitter on auto post. He just got stuff lined up, ready to submit.
I think this brother Kratos got his phone on vibrate, got an alarm and alerts. He get notified on his watch and his phone anytime somebody tweet about Xbox. Let me tell you something, right? Y'all not in our DMs. I'm not going to explain what goes on to the DMs because we have a thing. What goes on and what's talked about in the DMs stays in the DMs. But I can tell you about this. Let me tell you about this. I don't care what time of the day or night it is. If I post anything Xbox related in that specific DM, Kratos is going to respond.
Break loose.
And let me tell you something. During the day, I'm talking about 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. It don't matter. It don't matter, Rob. Anything I post Xbox related in that DM, it's like he never sleeps. I'm telling you.
So he got it on autopilot.
So I understand what your
signal pop up in the middle of the day.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking. Would you tell him, Noah?
It don't matter what time, what day.
What time, what day it is, you drop something Xbox related in the DM, and he is right. Nigga, ain't you sleep?
But hold on, this the crazy part about it. The Xbox news come from the PlayStation guys quicker than the Xbox guys.
Hey,
like they're actively searching Xbox.
Yeah, so they trying to debunk and debunk to say, "Oh, this is negative." Oh,
yeah, they actually follow Xbox people too. I got hardcore PlayStation fans who follow me just to come on my tweet and respond and be disrespectful. For no other reason, you know what I'm saying. So I feel you, Rob, but we got one of those in our camp, and his name is J-Dub, and he will tell you, you know what I'm saying. His Xbox senses go off. Any positive news, anything, bro, he is right there, bro. He is right, and I just had this conversation with him the other day because every time I drop something in the DM, he replied back with some PlayStation. It's like tick for tack. I cannot drop nothing in the DM and him not go tick for tack with me on news and stuff. So it's crazy. I know what you're talking about, man. Just look at it as fun, man. Don't let them get to you, man. Yeah, Wilfrey. Yeah, Wilfrey. Yeah, but I do think this is just and I think it probably take another year for things to smooth out for developers to get back on their cadence and get to a point where they can optimize. Right now, they got to get these games out of the door, man. They done lost 2 years of development time, and I think the investors and the publishers is trying to see a return on their money.
But I can't give them no bail on that post because.
But I do agree with you, Mello.
You tell me. Both of y'all, by any chance, y'all or in the chat, name me one game that has released without bugs.
Hi-Fi Rush.
You know what? You got
it, man. Yo, seamless, beautiful. I didn't have not one crash, one issue, one bug. That game is so fucking polished. And one of the best games this year. One of the best games this year. Never dropped the frame or nothing. Never.
Turtles.
Couldn't, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I had issue with Turtles. The save. Yeah, you had an issue with the save.
Yeah.
Was it a bug?
Teenage.
That wasn't a bug. I mean, we had some connection drops, but that's not really
that was
a bug.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and that was fire too. That game was
solid.
That game was fun. Forza Horizon 5, the other thing, yep. Halo Infinite had some issues, didn't it?
Halo Infinite,
yeah, Halo Infinite definitely have issues in the story.
Gears 5 came out really polished.
Bro, Suicide is crazy. Gears always polished, and I think Microsoft don't get enough respect for that in terms of Xbox games. Forza, Halo, Gears, all those games be polished. Those games rarely have bugs or anything like that, a crash. Especially if you go back and look at the previous games.
We got to look at it like this. But Bethesda they're known for bugs, so
yeah,
they work independently. So it's
Yeah, Streets of Rage is probably enough. I ain't had no issue with Streets of Rage.
I'm not telling you not to hold them as to the same standard as Xbox first party, but understand technically they're technically not Xbox first party because
they still stand up on their own.
Yeah, they still work independently.
Yeah, Trey Yomi was,
and I think they still being transitioned to Microsoft Pop. I think they're still being transitioned to Microsoft Pipeline. I think a lot of times as we think that once you acquire a company, that things supposed to happen like that, that's not. It don't. You got to understand. You got Bethesda that built and cultivated their own tools over a span of 20 plus years. Now they get acquired by Microsoft and they got to transition into Microsoft ecosystem, use their tools and all that stuff. A lot of that stuff happened. Maybe they are still using some of the old tools, but I know that their creation engine too, Microsoft has had a heavy hand in helping that engine. So look, all I'm saying is that keep the same energy. And I remember back when The Last of Us released that 30 frames per second. I think it was on the PS4, and the pony said, well, it's 30 frames per second because it's cinematic.
Bro. Oh, Lord.
That was their excuse. It's supposed to be 30 frames per second. It's cinematic.
Oh, so, my God.
Look, man, if I say it like this, man. Look, if you
I forgot all about that.
Play it at 30, play it at 30. If you wait for the 60, wait for the 60. I ain't mad at you. That is your choice. So Mac, we ain't mad at you, brother. That's your choice.
Oh no, definitely
that's
not.
Your right.
Definitely not.
But I know a
as
lot
far
of
as me,
like to play
I'm streaming tomorrow.
I'm streaming. I'm playing tomorrow.
I'm doing up on the 3080 Ti. That's what I'm doing.
So we all running it together then.
Let's roll. Was it Monday?
Yeah, let's roll. Shit, let me know. We all can start streaming.
Y'all gonna take the trip? Y'all gonna take the flight Monday to play early?
What flight?
I think
you know, on console, when you go to that,
they don't work on Game Pass games though, unless you pre-order it.
What?
I didn't pre. I brought the upgraded thing.
When is the game officially released? First or the second?
May 2nd.
It's Tuesday.
All right, so yeah, they don't work on the New Zealand thing. Don't work on Game Pass.
Yeah, well,
New Zealand something work on.
We'll see y'all Tuesday, man.
Game Pass games.
You know what? So
I get off around like 7, 8. So
but some Game Pass games release early. I think
sometimes
the last case of Benedict Fox was supposed to release on the 28th and it dropped on the 27th.
Sometimes they'll do that.
Yeah.
They need to with Redfall. Should give us something.
Man, put that shit out there, man. Y'all already put the review on the same day at launch, so y'all protecting something. You know what I'm saying?
Let everybody play it.
And speaking of Redfall, we're for the go tonight. You can play Redfall. Spider-Man, what you talking about, man?
If you pre-ordered, I think.
If you pre-ordered it.
Yeah, if you pre-order, if I'm going off what Noah's saying, if you pre-order the game, which Baltimore, you can switch to New Zealand and then
they said
play it early.
It's going to release tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay. So they're releasing it early.
Oh, so we on it then. If they release it tomorrow, 8, 9, we can play.
I didn't pre-order it because I'm getting it in Game Pass, but I did get the upgrade, the bite back upgrade. Yeah, I did get that.
Okay. Yeah, my pocket's hurting, bro.
Either way, long story short, we playing it.
All right. Well, speaking of Redfall, that is a perfect transition. Let me get this. Let me get this Star Wars off the screen. Let me get that off there. Get that off the screen, and let me go to this because we're going to talk about Redfall is real. And somebody put up an early review. I don't know. Red Dragon say this dude is an Xbox fan, but I don't know if he's an Xbox fan or not. But somebody gave it a 6 out of 10.
You broke an NDA, didn't you?
Yep. Let's see here.
Why you snitch like that?
Snitching.
You live on here. He broke NDA. Get his
So let me do this. Let me click here.
Hell no.
I'm not going to play the audio. He said I played Redfall for 20 plus hours. Honest review, and they saying the guy gave it a 6 out of 10. So let me put this up on screen. Let's see what he's talking about, because we're going to get into the review, the Metacritic, and where we think is at. Okay. Oh, let me go back. Yeah, this is the guy, King's Gaming. Let me do this here. Why did I do that? Hold on. Did I share the screen?
Damn, is that Red Dragon do all day? Search Xbox stuff?
Huh?
Is that all he does all day? Is search Xbox stuff?
Who?
Red Dragon.
Oh, let me go. Yep, I think he that's pretty much. So let's do this. Let's see what he's talking about.
You know what you say, for a number 3, so-called number 3 console, boy, get a lot of attention.
Hey, and welcome to Redfall. First of all, a huge thank you to
he's
Bethesda
not from a
and
lead
Microsoft
publisher.
for sending me an early copy of the game so I can make this review possible. So thanks a lot. All right, so short about Redfall. Well, Redfall is a first-person shooter video game, and it's developed by Arcane Studios in Austin, and it's published by Bethesda Softworks, and it will be released on PC and Xbox on May 2nd, aka tomorrow. First of all, short about the gameplay of this game. Well, it's both a single-player game and it's also a co-op game online. So that's like the short version of the game Redfall. Nice. But in this review, I had never made a game review before, but I'm gonna.
He's never made a game review.
Never made a game review.
I'm gonna divide this review into specific topics. So basically, graphics, gameplay, UI, etc., and my own opinions from gamer to gamers. I've seen IGN, I've seen other people's reviews, and I know some of them are devastating, but I'm gonna share my personal thoughts.
Their reviews ain't even out yet, are they?
Some ideas for the future, for the updates, some add-ons to this game. Hopefully, we're gonna take a look at the.
I'm just gonna mute it right there. He's never done a game review before,
but got a review copy.
Then he said that he's already seen IG. They haven't even put their reviews out yet, right?
I don't know, bro. After they start doing on the 60 frames per second rant, I literally avoid all that mess. So
okay, let's see what he said about the
graphics. Well, the graphics are one of the plus sides of this game. I kind of like the design style. It's kind of like this cartoonish realism style in this game, and also you can see the design of the weapons. They look kind of nice, and you also get like these legendary weapons as well, as you can see the one I'm holding right now. Some cool effects, and I kind of like the graphics overall. We also can take a look at the graphics on one of the enemies. I think there's an enemy in here. We have a vampire. These one are on the minus side. I'm going to shoot this guy. Let's get in close. You can take a look at how his textures are. Look at that. It kind of looks like a cheap, I don't know, it's not really detailed, and it's like kind of like wonky. But overall, decent. The world itself looks brilliant, but the NPCs and the enemies in this game is nothing I really appreciate. I wish they could do some more textures on the enemies itself, because you need to fight a lot of vampires in this game. This is one of my new saves, just to run around and explore and to check out the graphics, gameplay, etc. for this video itself. We also have some water here. You can see like the reflections in the water. They look quite nice. Like I said, the graphics in this game, I like it. I like the design. We can take a look at, we can lockpick this one. We can take a look at the interior designs as well. The alarm went off, of course.
Yeah.
But the lighting, the textures, and well, the details are quite nice in this game. I have to admit that. But anyway, that was about the graphics. Let's go over to the gameplay.
Gave him a copy. Dude has never done a review. Look at a
Alright, so the gameplay. Well, I have a mission here that will explain the entire gameplay for you in a short bit here. So we're gonna climb up to this vampire nests, and well, let's start the gameplay. So we got a vampire here, and the only way to kill this thing is by using a stake. And you need a weapon with a stake to kill them. You have to damage them until they're low health. And as you can see, my and yeah, the character talks. So you need a weapon to kill them with the stake, like you see here. I have
I'm back.
Stake.
Hey, I will say this though. It doesn't sound like he's trying to be malicious.
The cool thing is, this is the
UI. It just sounds like this is his first time reviewing a game.
To be honest,
yeah.
The character in the middle,
you know what I'm saying?
see like the sun is being blocked.
But my thing is,
it don't look terrible like everybody thought they said that it was gonna look terrible. It looks good.
But who is this guy? How many viewers do we have? But like, if the Red Dragon really scoured the edges of the internet to find the one guy that got the game early?
He got 147,000 subscribers.
I'm about to say, he got the game early. It don't matter how many. He got the game early. It's his opinion, like everybody else, man.
I'm talking about Red Dragon. Like, this is what I mean.
And this is a lot of the game. Let me mute this.
Y'all not hear what I'm saying, bro.
This a lot of the gaming clips that's been posted on Twitter is from this.
Oh, this okay.
Yeah, they're using this to say it looks trash and it looked like this, and you know.
But you don't get what I'm saying. But we hardcore Xbox dudes. We didn't even know this video existed.
Yeah, and
they stay on top of Xbox, bro. They hate Xbox so much, so they say. But if you
don't hate it,
look, I bet if you look, that's so they say. I bet if you look in their search history, you'll be surprised how many times you see the word Xbox. That's all I'm saying.
I just wanted because let me see here, because the Red Dragon painted him as a Xbox fan. And I think he did that intentionally, but I don't think this is it. I think he's neutral. And given his video history, let me see here. Yeah, Redfall, Dead Island, Redfall, Howards, Morse. Yeah. Yeah, I just think he's a neutral gamer. I think he did it. I think he tagged that. So you know how the trolling and all that shit that he does. So yeah,
you got Kima. All right.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop there because I want people to play it for themselves and come to their own conclusions and their own perspectives and stuff like that. So, and that's just the opinion of one person who never done a review before, but all of a sudden wanted to review this game.
He gave it a 6 out of 10, but he was naming a whole bunch of stuff that he liked.
I was say, bro.
I don't know who gave him a code. I don't know who gave him a code.
outside of Noah calling this man, giving him Italian beef and Pepsi and snitching that he broke a bar, who gives a fuck? Yeah, but everybody got a mouth. Everybody got an opinion. It's his. This is what he wanted to come up to. He's an inspired reviewer.
Yeah,
let him have fun. The game drops on a Tuesday. You get to see it for yourself, man.
Exactly. Wait, but hold on. But did he say this is first review?
Of somebody who is the first review.
Yeah, we drown in the cement just giving this attention, like
in the cement.
Is it really his first review?
Don't do that.
I ain't gonna do that.
Don't do me like that now.
Look, I will not do you like that, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Trap, goddamn. We fall in the quicksand.
But I know you was in the quicksand. Let me tell you something about this. Let me tell you something. Look, I'm not gonna believe the opinion of somebody that's doing their review for the first time who got montage and video footage of other games. You know, and this is first time reviewing a game, or look,
that's what I'm saying. Didn't the other games you put up? Those weren't reviews?
I don't think so. I think they was just playthroughs. He said it was his first review. So it had to be.
Hey, yo, Paul. Hey, I was talking about quicksand cement. I'm talking about concrete street cement. But I see y'all, man, it's all messed up.
You don't want to say concrete cement.
That's what I was saying. I didn't.
Oh man,
you gotta say something, brother.
Oh man,
damn, my bad. Damn, boy, it's fucked up.
Y'all said concrete cement.
man.
I'm done, bro. Yo, bro, hey, y'all, somebody come. Yo, somebody come.
Pause. Damn, Cameron voice. Pause, nigga. Dang.
Somebody come get Mello. Somebody come get Mello. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Bro was trying to say something. That's all. He was just putting them together. He had a post-up moment. That's all. Brother Bit, submit.
Oh, jeez. They for the clip this shit.
You say your man's want the. Hey, somebody go clip that. I'm just letting you know that, Mello. Yo, okay, so we gonna do this. we gonna do this, man. What is y'all predictions? And I want to get the chat in on this too, man. What is y'all predictions for the review score for tomorrow for Redfall? Spider-Man said Jedi Survivor was a waste of money. And Mike said the game did too. So Mello and Noah, what's y'all predictions, man? Because I got to keep talking to y'all. Because if I don't, y'all gonna be too distracted playing them games, man. What is y'all predictions for? Okay, in the chat, 2 men say 85. Phase 114 said 80. Hey, I'm on the show. Keep telling y'all. Tell the chat what's up.
What's up? Man,
they go sit down somewhere. All right, so we got this boy actually left. So we got 2 men. Let's see. Let me do this. I'll put it up on screen. Let me come down. Y'all gotta pray for pray for Mello. Oh man. So we got Spider-Man with the 86 or higher. We got 2 men with the 85. We got Phase 114 with the 80. We got Aaron with the 71. And let's see here. Other thing, IGN Redfall scores 3 out of 10. Is that real?
You think IGN gonna lowball it?
Hold on. Is that what you're predicting, or is that a real score?
Depending on how polished it is, 84.
I think this game gonna surprise us, brother. This is not a new studio. This is Arcane. This is the studio that made Dishonored. I'm gonna go with as long as there's no game breaking bugs and they win. I'm going with an 81.
Gonna go with 81.
I say the shit gonna get review bombed clearly, and probably maybe 79, 76. Maybe.
Yeah. I think they're gonna stump on. I think they're gonna stump this game.
They're gonna stump a mud hole in this game.
I think they're gonna stump him on. Trey Bone says 84. BZ say they're gonna shit on it 6.5 out of 10. I think they're gonna shit on it as well. Black Ronin 357, 75 or 80, or 3 out of 5 from IGN. My brother Thriller in the Manila, coming from the Villa, vanilla, you fella. You know what I'm saying? He got it with the 80. Ty Man, what's up, Ty? He got an 82. I mean, y'all saying this the low 80s, huh? I think y'all reaching for that. I think y'all really reach. I think they're gonna stop a mud hole in this game. I think it's an 84, depending on how polished it is. Okay, and then Don Sicario, aka look cousin Mario from the Barrio. You feel me? Unfortunately, the flip-flop box green lit the reviewers to review bomb Redfall, and I'm hoping 80 and up. A Packer Pal with the 83. And who else we got? Joy giving it an 80 to 85. I think all of y'all on the same accord. Y'all low to mid 80s. But y'all think IGN is going to shit on it? I think they all going to shit on it. Really, I think they all, and I think that's why the game was the review was held to the release date.
Sony ain't got shit out here.
I think that's
so
why the game was
time.
held. Yeah,
I think that's time till Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that's why the game was held. The review was held to the day of release. Usually, when that happens, then
they already know what's going to
happen. They already know what's going to happen. And they do that to kind of minimize the impact on sales and people playing the game. Because if you tell me 3 or 4 days before a game release that it's a 67, a 60 or 70, then they usually sway the mindset of the audience that was interested in it and probably get them not to play it. But I'm still gonna play it. Who we got here?
Man.
Suicide Kings with the 84. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we got Iron Mike with the 81. And then we got Louise with the 82. So I think IGN gonna give it a 60.
That was 60 ball.
Oh man, Sebastian, what's good, brother? What's good?
What's going on?
But yeah, I think they're gonna shit on it. I think the media they always harsh on Xbox games. I think they're gonna shit on it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's going to be a controversy too, because after them giving rating Jedi Survival in like the high 80s, the mid to high 80s, and despite its issues, and still giving it a high score, and then lowballing Redfall, especially if it don't have any issues, or we'll have to. Well, it depends on what they say and what they think about the game, but we'll see. Big IK, you feel me? IK with the 75. I can see that. I'm dealing in the low 70s to mid 70s myself. That's what I'm projecting. If we're talking about Brighton back, I give it a 97.5. Biden back. You're talking about the up. You talk about the upgrade. But the media give Xbox no love. We know it. The lens say incoming 69. Sorry to say, post. That's freakish. You feel me? Mac City say 88 if it was. Oh, Mac, come on, Mac. You're killing me with this 60, Mac. 70. Mac say 88 if it was a 60 frames per second.
Hey, don't let up,
77
Mac.
for 30 frames per second. I feel you, brother.
Don't let up.
Let me see here. Now, I gotta get Seafood. I downloaded, but I gotta purchase it because I definitely want to play it. So many games to play. All right. So what do y'all, Mello, Noah? Where y'all Metacritic at?
Oh, I said go ahead, Noah.
I gave mine at 81, but I'm you know what? Let me give a range. I'm gonna say between 74 to 81.
74 to 81. Oh, say okay, you covering ground. I see. You cover.
Yeah, I about to say I still think they're gonna strike it down because PlayStation niggas ain't got nothing to play. This is literally the only game that's finna come out, and then it being on the Xbox, it's a wrap for them. 75 between 75 79. Easily. You already seen what happened with the 30 frames per second, the box mess. So now it's just gonna be even worse once it releases.
Yeah,
that's it.
All right, so 74 to 81. Noah and Mello, you said what now?
75 to 79.
Damn, 75, 79.
It ain't gonna hit 80.
I don't think it's gonna hit 80.
I don't think it's gonna hit 80.
That's why I said low to 70s, low to mid 70s. Somewhere up in there with 71.
Now, do it deserve it?
79
do it deserve a high score? You're gonna have to wait and see, but the biasness just gonna kill this game. I'm just being honest with you.
Sebastian, hey, post up, play the new video. They dropped it. It's a 10-minute inside the game. It explains so much. It shows so much how. Drop the link, Sebastian. Let me see. Drop the link. Hold on.
What's good past the pass 675 82?
I don't think that's the real pass. Is that the real passer?
No, that's real passer. That's my pastor.
I don't think that somebody was imitating him over there on Z channel. So I don't know.
Oh,
Wait,
well, no, it's the same logo.
With Jay. No, I think Pastor switched up his logo. 75
snap.
to 80. We got Tobias. He said 74 with Xbox tax. Also, Pastor says him. Pastor says him. Let me reach out to Pastor. Pastor, check your DMs, man. Let me see here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know they ready to hit on that game, man.
Yeah, they're gonna hit it.
Was a goal.
Sebastian, did you drop that link? You dropped that link. Let me see. Did he drop the link?
Body.
Let me do this here.
I think it's a lot to that game.
Can you do it for me for work? So I'm trying to roll. Okay, where's the link? Is it on Twitter? Is it on? Let me search. Hold on, give me a second. I'm finna search.
Redfall 10 minutes. Now going back to that bug situation, because while you doing that, I'm gonna be short and brief. The last case of Benedict Fox, I got a problem with you cats because clearly this game is only a AA game, side scroller, wonderful game if you into puzzle solving and like murder mysteries, but the game buggy as hell.
Hold on, Mello, before we get there.
Oh, we getting there? Oh, my bad. I didn't know we had that on the. Oh, my bad. Okay. I was just putting in some filler while you was doing what you was doing. My bad.
Give him a preview.
Cause I'm there with Buddy now.
Oh, is this the one from 3 months ago, Sebastian?
Redfall 10-minute gameplay
from IGN. No, this from Bethesda.
What channel is it on?
Yeah, okay, let me see. I think he's talking about this. Hold on, let me see here.
I said a deep dive 3 months ago from Bethesda's.
Yeah. Let's see.
Believes things can get this bad until it happens. Then it's too late. But there are people who can fight back. Stick together! Eyes up!
Welcome to Redfall, Massachusetts, where the calm seas and sunny skies
are
eclipsed by a legion of vampires.
This came out.
Redfall is a story-driven shooter at its heart,
10 to
which can be
11
played
minutes
single-player
long.
or co-op with up to 4 players. Choose your hero, each with their own unique abilities, and form the perfect vampire-slaying squad to take back Redfall's haunted streets.
At Arcane, we make games where the world itself is as important as the characters. With Redfall, we take an exciting step forward, building a lovingly detailed open world to deliver our largest setting ever.
It's in the depth. You know what? That's a good question, Max City.
Environmental storytelling.
It's in the depth loop universe? Question mark.
From the once bustling downtown.
Yeah, this is old. I say this.
To the decimated seaside boardwalk and gorgeously detailed landmarks.
Game look fire though.
Yeah.
The graphics
look good.
There are safe places on the island where you can rest up, chat with survivors, and resupply.
Yeah, I a lot. That's old, Sebastian. I know you popped it up on your Xbox, but I watched that months ago. That's why I said you talking about that 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? But I do think it's going to get the Xbox tax. I do think people is going to shit on the game. But let me tell you something. Never allow anyone's opinion to dictate what you play or what you do not play. Try the game out for yourself. And if after you try it out for yourself, if you feel it's trash, then don't
Control or delete.
Then don't play it. You know what I'm saying? My brother Kratos said, well, why you ain't play Forspoken? Because Forspoken ain't on Xbox. And I ain't want to purchase it on PlayStation. You feel me? But try it for yourself. Don't allow nobody to dictate what you supposed to play, because the issues they might have with it, they might not affect you. Hey, hold on. Y'all continue because I'm finna whoop some ass. Real quick. Hold on, you're hard-headed.
He said, hard-headed, go do your thing, bro. Well, yeah, that's what I was viewing on the whole aspect of Buddy and his review as well. Like, he played the game, that's what he came up with it, cool, fine. But that, again, we all praise back in the day video gaming. I'm pretty sure when we used to get the games in the mail from the magazine cover, we test the game out and checked it out, then you bought it from that. So, again, it's the same rules apply here, in my opinion. Check it out for yourself. You got Game Pass. It's free to do. You don't like it, control or delete. That's all I'm saying. You said post about the goals, man. It's facts. Well, I'm into the 4-player co-op aspect of it, though. I definitely think that's going to be dope. And we definitely playing it on the hardest difficulty. So, yeah. Right, Noah?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and make sure
you can't complain about the AI being bad if you're playing on either.
If you playing on something, so yeah. I want to play Redfall, even though I was venting. Yeah, a lot of people do that, man. I ain't even go. That's why I had to get up out them spaces, man, because everybody raving and screaming about the video game. But guess what? I bet my bottom dollar, majority of them, a nice handful of them, either already got the game downloaded and they ready to play the game because they ain't got nothing to play. There's nothing else new out outside of Redfall at this moment. So it is what it is. And you got to understand, ponies don't like Xbox to have fun, even though they like playing on Xbox.
If this game was exclusive to the PlayStation, the energy would be completely different.
Yeah. I know you uninstalled Max City, but you're going to reinstall too, right? You're going to play it eventually. If they come out with the 60 frame patch, in 7 days of its release, I'm pretty sure you're going to be playing it. So it is what it is. But I hope you're keeping that same energy with every other game that's 30 frames per second.
Pastor, you there?
You better keep that same energy.
We got the pastor on the show. We got blessings on the show. What's good, brother?
Blessings upon blessings, man.
Yeah, blessings upon blessings,
brother.
Let me tell you something.
That's all that matters.
Our brother Pastor got a YouTube channel, man. Y'all make sure y'all, as he type in the chat, click on his channel. He's an advocate Xbox guy. He is Xbox all the way. He be out there. He be on Z Show fighting Kratos Z and all the ponies by himself. So support him by going to his channel, supporting his content, and subscribing to him and hitting like and comment on his videos, man. He's trying to build and grow his Xbox channel. So y'all help him do that, man. You know
man. I've been battling in these streets, man.
You've been holding it down. You've been holding it down.
You know, I listened to the show because I listened to this. I gotta give you a few pointers, Pat. We'll do that after. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do because they be getting you caught up in the spin cycle.
Spin cycle, yes.
J&Z is really slick. They've been doing this so long together that is natural, and they play off each other so well. So I'm gonna give you a few pointers after the show. But I want to get
slippery.
I want to get your perspective. Are you playing Redfall when it dropped? Or at some point?
No. What happened is that I could understand the appeal of Redfall, but it's not for me, man.
Okay.
Yeah, this game is not for me. But I could understand the appeal. I could understand it's very similar to the Fortnite. It's very similar to like Borderlands and so forth. So this game should do well. All we need is that. Well, no, it's not. This style of game is not. I don't really play this style of game.
Okay.
If it was more like Halo and so forth, no problem.
So you like more so on the competitive, not the single player FPS, but more so the competitive first person.
And dependent on if it is your friends playing with you and all of that. Nah, that's not for me, man.
Okay. Well, we're gonna co-op it. We're gonna just stay the game. We're gonna have to co-op it. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that this is a game more than likely that y'all going to see me beat live.
Yeah, that's past
since we're going to stream it, because I know when I play with Mello and Noah, they like completing games. You feel me?
Well,
they like
some bad shit.
Let me tell you something.
Funny. He finishes.
Who is that? That is Sebastian Cooper.
Shout out to Sebastian, bro. They cut him off so much and make it so hard for you to understand what he said, bro. But Pastor be dropping bars in there, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh yeah, Pastor gonna be able to get his bars off over here. He gonna be able to speak. And you know what, Sebastian?
This guy said I can't form a complete sentence.
You know what, Pastor though?
Hey,
it was the same way for me, and it was one of the reasons why people migrated to the channel over here. And they was like, Post, thanks, you going live. Yeah. Now we can really hear your thoughts and opinions because we couldn't get that over on Z channel. So that's love, man. That's love. So if y'all really want to hear Pastor complete a sentence and really hear his thoughts, y'all go to his channel and subscribe to it, man.
Correct.
So when he go live or drop a video,
let's see.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all can
let's
hear
see
how
if
he
this
really feels.
Let's see if this hooked on phonics is working, man. Let's see if I can form a complete sentence.
All right. So and why Pastor here? So we're going to move on to the PlayStation 5 sales and the lack of the game selling. Why we got Pastor here? Because I know Pastor want to cook. So Mello, Noah, one of y'all hold this down for me while I pull up the resource. You feel me? Let me see here.
It's the same. Cause like you said, you cut them off so you can't really get a sentence off exactly. So but when I'm telling you, check out Pastor videos because the amount of hate he get on Twitter ain't reflecting on his videos. It's like y'all got to get over there and check it out because they be hurt because this man is speaking facts. I'm trying to tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
Every time.
That's
you
what I'm
bring
saying.
out the receipts and bro, it's just like
Mello, they don't want to believe the truth. They don't want to believe it.
They don't want to believe it.
Beef the honey facts.
Let me see here. I'm gonna go here.
But yeah, you said the PlayStation numbers. So, oh man,
yeah, they're selling hardware, but one of the execs came out and said they're not selling games.
We told y'all this so long ago. People just didn't want to listen.
There's no need for Sony first party games to be so low. Mm-hmm. If it was to compare it with the Switch sales and how many of their first party sales reached 10 million, right? They're in the $10 million club. For some reason, it's these first party bangers that these Sony fans they go so crazy off of. It's lacking when it comes to skills. What PlayStation is doing well is the first part, the multi-plats. They are selling a lot of multi-plats, but when it comes to first party, we could see that there's a clear something is wrong.
It's a clear disconnect.
Yeah, something is definitely wrong, and I think it's the $70 price that most of these PlayStation community members was pushing for, because they were saying and advocating for it, because they were saying broke game that people was broke. They, it's hold on, and I forgot that too. We also. Oh, hold on. We're gonna talk about it.
No,
hold on, I forgot one more thing. We finna really talk.
Pastor been telling these jokers this shit for a minute. And I'm sorry, Pastor, for cussing. Please forgive me and my sins. But I'm finna go in. First of all, when Pastor came to the show and he's mentioned God of War sales, and they said, how you have I think it was like 5 million or something like that, and you got over 80-something million PlayStations in the market right now, and you number one, number two console selling. That is a failure. Jim Ryan came out and told you weird ass niggas Hey, our first party is not selling to our liking. It sounds good. Y'all are praising it, but the paper ain't papering. Like we ain't seeing the revenue like we need. And thirdly and lastly, y'all running around with this CMA report. What did they say in that report? Call of Duty is keeping the lights on. So all the Last of Us, all the God of Wars, all the Uncharted, Days Gone, Blood, all that shit was trash. The only game that's keeping these lights on over here is PlayStation. It's Call of Duty. If we ain't got Call of Duty, we fucked. Now y'all
let me just piggyback.
Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
Let me just piggyback over. You know what makes this bad? Because most of the first party games is shared between the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. So you would expect that, the PlayStation 4 being an established platform, the gamers for that platform would know what they want at this stage in their life. Not to have the, not even a third of the software sold makes up the install base of both the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4 put together. So we've seen that as a very bad numbers for Sony.
Oh, but thank you for making that point, because guess what? At one point in time, you weird ass niggas was saying PlayStation games would not be on PC. And guess what happened? They wasn't making enough goddamn money. Now that shit over on PC. Now they buying companies to port their games over to PC. Like,
okay, so here go the quote. Let me just enter Jack for a minute. Sales of the hardware are increasing on par with Sony's plan, but the momentum of software, the lucrative part of the game business, remains weak. This shows PlayStation users are not buying new games, said Hideki Yasuda, an analyst at Toyo Securities. Monthly active PlayStation Network users were down to 108 million from 112 million. So despite having PlayStation Plus on the subscription services offering those games and stuff, I don't know what it's doing.
The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing, goddammit.
They said in the holiday quarter, and PlayStation Plus subscribers was up only slightly at 47.4 million. Users numbers are, however, in the recent weeks, so you say it takes time for increased hardware. Yet the PlayStation Plus subscribers only increased by 1 million subscribers. And if I'm not mistaken, PlayStation Plus has been around this 46, 47 million number for a while. But
Xbox gamers is welfare gamers because of Game Pass.
But you know what?
Yeah,
can we look up the word, or somebody define the word lucrative? Like, what is this big SAT words? What does that mean, Post?
Well, hold on. Well, let me do this. I gotta say something real quick. Hold on. Kid 86 says so. No real first party or third party games in the last quarter. Then why was your PlayStation counterparts on Twitter giving us UK sales numbers all day for software, showing how games on PlayStation sell way better than on Xbox? It's also 6% of this game sell on PlayStation, 5% on Xbox, 80-90% of this game sold on PlayStation. What's going on, Ty Kid? Talk to me. Don't just tell me what no game. It was some games, because all them games that released in that quarter, we heard about it on Twitter with the UK sale charts. With the UK sale charts that y'all always tend to bring up.
Wait, so hold on. Not an argument. Now they ain't got no games. That's
what they were saying. That's what they were saying. I think I even heard Porter Rock say something about ain't no games released in that quarter. But what was all them UK sale charts y'all always bring up with the showing how dominant people purchase games on PlayStation versus Xbox? Make it make sense.
And a lot of these persons who was putting out this number post, they fail to highlight that one of the major factors for Sony, growing so much in the UK was because of Hogwarts Legacy. Because they had the marketing deal for Hogwarts Legacy, a lot of the sales went up because everybody thought that Hogwarts Legacy was exclusive to the PlayStation 5. So they went out and bought the console, the game for the PlayStation 5. So it wasn't a first party game that grew the numbers in the UK, because God of War the PlayStation 5 did not see those numbers when God of War was released. They didn't see those numbers when Horizon released. They only saw those numbers when Hogwarts Legacy, a multi-plat game, was released. Why is multi-plats growing the PlayStation platform? I thought is only AAA exclusive supposed to be doing that first party. Make it make sense.
Hey, I'm gonna make it make sense, because guess what? As a PlayStation owner, I only bargain bin. If it ain't got a red stick on it, clearance, I'm not buying, because them games ain't worth shit. Point blank and period. When I got my PlayStation, I didn't spend anything above $20. Oh, wow. Do you hear me?
Hey, you know what? They got me with Ratchet and Clank. That was the last time they was gonna get me.
Nope.
Yeah,
I waited until that $26.99.
They got me with Ratchet and Clank. That was the last time they was gonna get me.
I kept saying this, and I've been saying this. They are a one-trick pony, especially when it comes to the exclusives. The AAA bangers that y'all cry about is only single player.
That is not growing the platform.
There's no multiplayer. And the way I play games, and I believe Noah is in the same boat. We can typically get done with a game within 7 to maybe 14 days on a single player.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't got multiplayer in it, I just waste $70 for nothing. And that's how I view it. That's like going to the movies and paying $70 for a movie. Who the fuck gonna do that?
But that is what Jim Ryan said, Mello. Jim Ryan did say that at the end of the day, the first party content is not growing the platform the way he would like it to grow. He want his games on a wider audience. That is why he's putting it on the PC and so forth. So he himself said it.
He also said it wasn't sustainable.
Yeah,
correct.
He said that their current model wasn't sustainable. And I guess that's based off the investment, the initial investment and cost investment into the AAA game that, God of War and things like that.
Like they got a very serious, because guess what? I can play the same experience on my PS4 now, because they haven't switched off the current and last gen situation. So you still getting those ports. The story does not change from the PS4 and the PS5. So why am I paying $70 for an experience I can get on my PS4? And it's not going to change up anything. There's no multiplayer. There's nothing that dynamically changed that game from the next gen. It's just a waste of money. You could, like I said before, you could wait till 2024, 2025 to get a PS5 and you will be good.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is why the media not, you can see it's clear bias, because when Microsoft didn't have any first-party games, the media, it had several articles a week, highlighting this. But from January to presently, all we saw is that third-party deal with Forspoken. Where are the first-party games from Sony? Why there isn't any article? Why there isn't any videos of persons saying, here what? Sony's lacking in first-party content.
Yeah.
Why is this bias? That is what I want to know.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Justify their purchase. It's just like the sports team. Your sports team can be out here doing everything wrong. It's your team. You're gonna ride with them till the wheels fall off. You got individuals out here that don't want to look like suckers because they was promoting and advocating for a $500-something console that didn't have shit to play on it.
Hold on,
And due to them going out there and buying it, now they gotta go, with the tiki torches to make you feel like you did something wrong by buying the Xbox.
Yeah, correct. But it is what it is. We will continue to see this bias going. I mean, Microsoft would need to, address that and kind of spin that narrative, because right now,
hey, yo, hold on. I got a family emergency right now. Y'all gonna have to keep this going. I'll holler at y'all when I get back. I gotta go. It's emergency.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Everything all right?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your perspective on this, Noah?
Man, I'm gonna put it like this, bro. We have government agencies across the world. Let me rephrase that. We got government agencies in the UK and here in the United States telling Microsoft, making Microsoft come up with agreements and contracts stating they won't do to Sony what Sony is currently and has been doing to them for the past 10 years or so. So I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that there's some type of bias, but it's crazy. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think is a very bad decision on the UK part, because as you all could see, right now a lot of companies are looking at this and they are kind of, pulling back from the UK because of this idiotic decision from the CMA, saying that Microsoft could, or there's a possibility, or it might happen that they have a stranglehold on cloud gaming, and they block an entire deal because of that, was a foolish decision from the CMA. And guess what? They are feeling the brunt of it. You all are going to cause persons getting jobs. You're going to cause persons, investing in the UK. It's a very foolish and stupid move. I can't believe the CMA made a dunce decision like that. Very dunce.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know on that. I don't know. I've been looking at some things that Microsoft got going on when it comes to cloud and just in general. And a lot of us are looking at it wrong. I was trying to tell Ricky Brown them that they last show that y'all are looking at it wrong. We keep running towards we keep running towards the wall about Call of Duty and not focusing on what's being said to us about mobile and the cloud experience. People keep thinking about this rural area. We don't have internet. That is false narrative. Our internet is fastly growing at an alarming rate, to the point where Microsoft has the API bots. If y'all if you heard about the bots, they've been doing music and you can ask the question on how to make money. It breaks down everything. The AI bot is literally about to be transformed into gaming in the form of the NPC, on how the behavior of the characters in video games are actually interacting with the protagonist, which is you. And they have something now where because I kept saying to people, I was like, yo, Microsoft want to get into mobile. I brought up the cell phone. Y'all laughed me out the goddamn gym about the cell phone situation. But it's a dialogue in which they are getting attacked by, which is Apple and Google, due to mobile. And they got something called a Copilot. It's literally the same exact system that Apple have when you're creating apps. And but it's voice and it's autonomous. It has a AI bot that actually breaks down and say, hey, I want to make an inventory list, and it will make an inventory app for you and add instructions to you on what you need to add and what you want to remove. This is where they want to be at. Now, you're probably looking at me like, oh, that's mobile. What they got to do with the gaming aspect? Copilot is actually something that's being integrated in Unreal Engine 5 with the metahumans. So gaming is about to evolve heavily in cloud gaming, just like cloud AI with Forza Horizon is going to be the forefront and way more improved. But we so stuck on Call of Duty that you're not seeing what's in your face.
Right.
So so knowing that, and I want to say as a competitor, because Jim Ryan and them, they have a point to do this. As a competitor, knowing that my product is not on that level yet, or they have succeeded us in an area that we have not grown in yet, I would try to throw every milk crate, brick, obstacle course that I can to slow it down. So
that is understandable.
I can try to get up to that point, or get something on the likeness.
The counter argument to that is everything about that argument, about that point, is speculative. It's about what things could be and not as it is.
But
Sony
we don't do
cloud tech.
But when we go into business aspect, no business operate on the present. They always operate on the future. What's the future in hand that will improve and enhance to make things easier for the user base?
But listen to what you're saying though. Like,
for profit,
we don't want the guys that's the bottom. We don't want the bottom platform getting this platform because it could potentially make them the leading platform. That's pretty much the basis of the argument, bro.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying, there are other players in the AI game. It have Google, it have Amazon. Why wouldn't you want a third player in that cloud user base?
Because
right?
if I've been monopolizing the situation for over 20 years, why would I want to add a third party into it? And this not have nothing to do with Sony.
We're talking about the UK though. Like, they're supposed to.
The UK doesn't matter in the sense of, I'm talking about the grand scheme of gaming. When it comes to the UK, I just use them as an obstacle or barrier to prevent this from exceeding out of hands where I can't get a grips on it, or I can't catch up to the individual that has the technology. When you look at the moves in which Apple has done, I was just recently about to play Street Fighter 6, and I seen Havoc. I'm like, oh, I had remembered that logo, and I'm like, dang, Microsoft owns Havoc. And then it says powered by Azure servers.
Yeah, but Melo, could they not have remedies to address any concerns that they may have for the future? Remedies could ensure something that is binding, right? Could ensure that whatever new player in cloud comes, that Microsoft don't stifle them to the point where they have to come out. I'm sure they could put something in writing to prevent that.
But that ain't what their argument is with with cloud. Their argument with cloud is, if we allow this to proceed further, what's preventing Microsoft later on down the road asking for a percentage? Because that's what they're going to be looking for. Because one, like a game like Call of Duty,
somebody getting royalties.
Yeah. Because again, Call of Duty is hold on. Because if you look at Call of Duty right now, one of Call of Duty biggest modes is the DMZ situation, where you got the AI and you got humans playing in a battle royale area aspect. If you add in that new co-pilot or the AI that Microsoft has in works right now, that's on the market into the gaming, they already said that they're trying to evolve Call of Duty into something that is that's cloud-based anyway. Now you turn around and say, if you're going into that 5 or 10 year deal, I'm getting a percentage off of that due to it being in this server. That's money coming, that's revenue, extra money coming in, money hiding. Long story short is money hiding. Because Sony did the same thing. When it came to cross-platform, and Microsoft at a point in time too, I'm not going to play too much of a favoritism on this, but when it came to cross-play with games, they was asking for a percentage.
Who, Microsoft?
Microsoft and Sony at one point. Microsoft did it first. They didn't want to do it with, I think it was Final Fantasy or some game like that. They wanted some type of perform of a percentage, and people didn't want to go. Sony turned around and did the same deal. They came out in the Fortnite situation where if you wanted to add in crossplay, you had to pay for it, i.e. the reason why 2K is not crossplay or Madden.
So are you saying that they couldn't do any remedies to address that?
They could do remedies, of course, but if I'm the competition and I'm not on par to what you have, and you're literally about to flip the table. We're used to the tradition of if a game is in our server, we can get some form of percentage depending on what that game does. If it want to do cross-platform, you get a percentage from it.
We're talking about from the CMA perspective. It's not the GMA's job to protect.
It's not their job. I am agreeing with that, but clearly they are protecting them. But what I'm saying is they're seeing something. They're seeing something with cloud. Cloud, yes, it is a niche audience now, but the involvement and the evolution of cloud is way more better, and our money had that more than VR at this point.
So Microsoft is paying because they decided to improve their cloud over the competition. That is basically what the argument is. The argument is that because they are so ahead in cloud, the CMA is preventing them from getting this merger.
They are far more advanced than what we think they are when it comes to cloud gaming, due to the fact that cloud gaming will be, we have it already. We've seen it. And Forza, was it something mild? Was it something minute? Yes, it wasn't a megaton, but it was some form of data that was collected about a user, and they use it autonomous driving in a video game, even if you wasn't playing the game against your friends. That's what that was.
I mean, but we're talking about cloud,
and we saw this. We saw this back in Forza Horizon 3, I believe. We're on 5.
But Mel, I get what you're saying, but they're talking about distributing games through cloud, just cloud gaming.
Yeah.
But cloud gaming is just not streaming. It's just not streaming.
But you have other competitors in the cloud market, though.
You have other competitors.
Microsoft's not even the biggest.
Yes, you have other competitors. Yes, but Microsoft is the biggest because guess what? We have a Azure server that's number 1 and number 2, battling number 1, number 2 in the world. I just said one prime example, a fighting game, Capcom, that just not graced the goddamn Xbox and God knows how long, is using their servers. You don't think Microsoft is gaining a percentage or some form of a deal with them using the servers? It's just like what Google did with Firefox, or what is it called? It's Google Fiber, I think, or Google Firebase. I'm sorry, it's Firebase. Every app in the App Store sent from existence, damn near. If you look at their back end, they are using Firebase. It's a free service, but the amount of data that's collected, they are gaining revenue from it. Trillions of dollars from this.
But that's business, though, bro. That's business.
It's business, yes. But if I'm in a court hearing and I have this information in front of me, and again, Microsoft has been battling tooth and nail to get into the mobile market. They tried to get the cell phone in with the converted PC. It failed because of the App Store. Google and Apple has had a chokehold on the industry of mobile since its existence.
I'm glad you said that, Mello. They're a company that continues to fail. So how is it anti-competitive?
It's anti-competitive because you're not allowing a third party to come in. Google and Apple are blood cousins with each other. They make it seem like they're competing with each other when they're actually not. As long as we control the market of what's being portrayed on the mobile devices, we gain our money. We don't have to break off and fracture off to a third party person like Microsoft. What have they been saying? We want to form an ecosystem. We want to bring the PC, mobile, TV, whoever to play our products. Who else does that? That's on the market as of right now.
Okay,
Google and Apple.
So what you think Microsoft could do to remedy to remedy what it is the CMA is complaining about.
When it comes to this deal, I think they had the two options. They should have used the first option, which was what Postman was mentioning, buying it out just completely.
But see, here's the thing too, bro.
Just buy the whole thing out completely and push it from there. But they tried to do this white glove. They tried to show people that they were trying to do right, and it got slapped in the face because of their future endeavors. And then secondly, what everyone else been saying, just remove UK out of the Game Pass situation when it comes to cloud.
I'm with that, bro.
And still push it through. I feel like it's a little anti-consumer personally for me, but I understand the magnitude of this.
It will force the hand of the UK if they did that.
And I understand the magnitude of this deal going through for Microsoft when it comes to the mobile market and gaming as a whole with AI. That's what I'm looking at.
Tykid made a good point. Microsoft didn't give any deals to Amazon or Google. Maybe that is why they, maybe behind the scenes, didn't want this deal to pass.
But the initial argument though was, and this is the CMA, they didn't want to count Nintendo as a competitor.
Right.
They only counted Sony and PlayStation and Xbox as high-end machines. As competitors.
Yeah.
So I mean, Google, Amazon really had nothing to do with the conversation in the grand scheme of things.
No, but when it comes to cloud, they are the major players. So Microsoft should have addressed Google and Amazon.
I get that, but
Google and Amazon is like the villain in the shadows that's not sticking his head out so much. You see him there, but you're not going to get the full body of the person. I honestly think they use they slid a couple notes under the door for Sony to use to combat them towards this server because the cloud service. Because you got to think about it. When you got a company, Microsoft came out, we seen what Phil was doing. Phil came out and said, hey, y'all got an issue with Call of Duty? We're going to get you 5 years. You want 5? Hold on. We're going to give you 10 years. We're going to extend it out for you. Here, you can have a blast with it. Anybody that wants Call of Duty can have Call of Duty for 5 to 10 years. They gave the Sony the offer, Nintendo, etc. Even after they blocked the deal, we found out that a cloud serving company, Cloud Gaming, said, hey, you got a 10-year Call of Duty. Here, you can have it too. They're showing solidarity, saying, hey, you can have Call of Duty for 10 years also.
Right.
So clearly, when I'm making those concessions and you concerned about it so heavily, it's way more to it than just cloud gaming. And we all know it's a weak argument.
That's what we're saying. That's what we've been saying, though. That's what we're saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's saying it's a weak argument. Everybody knows it's a weak argument, especially with the mindset of today and now. Like right now, yes, it is a weak argument. But when you're looking at something future-based, 5 to 10 years down the road, I'm trying to tell y'all, the amount of money Microsoft is about to receive from cloud gaming is fucking ridiculous. It's finna be hand over fist money, and it ain't got nothing to do with Call of Duty.
But you're assuming another competitor can't come and do the same thing. That's not true.
No, I'm not saying another competitor can't because they already are there.
That's the thing though. Like it's all speculative. You're speculating because Microsoft gets Activision and Call of Duty, no one else will be able to compete. That's the basis.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that is not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what CMA is saying.
That's what the CMA is saying because of who's saying what. But again, this ain't got nothing to do with Call of Duty. What I'm saying
that doesn't make Call of Duty the focal point.
What I'm saying is the spearhead, which is going to shoot Microsoft through the roof, is cloud gaming.
Guys,
that's what I'm saying.
We're talking about in terms of the acquisition.
And what it's going to do with not only you playing the game on different devices, but also how NPCs interact with the protagonist in video gaming, how the evolution of role playing games.
The thing, Mello, is not how much money Microsoft would make. Would it be worse for the consumer? That should be the CMA main. How would it be worse for the consumer? How?
How would it be worse for the consumer? How would this be worse for the consumers? Because one, we are in my opinion, we are in a stagnant state when it comes to video gaming. Let's be frank. Let's be honest. We are in a turmoil. Either we get a battle. They literally stripped the gaming community of all things, which is a battle royale, and just said, hey, we're just going to put you in a world with guns and shrink the map and y'all battle each other out. That is the last evolution in video gaming, in my opinion, that we've had.
Right.
You with games like Escape from Tarkov, phenomenal game, but we are look at what we're complaining about. Most people are talking about they're not even going to miss out on a video game or not play a game until an update come out for 30 frames per second. But we've been doing 30 frames for over like 5 years with no issues.
Correct.
Now all of a sudden, it's the hold on, no,
the NBA
because now all of a sudden hold on, Noah, let me get my point off. It's the state of gaming. We don't do all that talk over mess. You can say what you gotta say after I'm done, sir. When it comes to the shooters, there has not been no evolution in the shooters outside of inventory menus. Story-based games are story-based games, and et cetera, et cetera. Now you bring in a mix of something like AI NPCs, autonomous NPCs, where their mindset changes.
Yeah, they're thinking for themselves.
When you're playing the game, they can do way more. We already have precision leveling in Unreal Engine.
Is that bad for gaming? Those
hell no.
So then, what is the disadvantage to the gamers?
The disadvantage of the gamers is nothing. The advantage of gaming is this.
Well, then,
depending on your play style, the NPC can automatically adjust towards that and either be aggressive or non-aggressive. That is a phenomenal thing in fucking gaming because on a competitive level. It makes the game more interesting instead of.
It makes it more real.
Exactly. Instead of you sitting around and you able to just go to a level, keep doing the same move over and over again on a person just to exceed the next level, the AI actually changes and compete to what you're doing. That's fucking phenomenal.
It is. So why would the CMA block that?
Because of the amount of profit that an individual can get. Because again, Microsoft would be in the forefront of that. This is way beyond just
why is that a problem?
People will literally be trying to catch up at this point when it comes to that.
That's driving the industry forward, though. Why is that a problem?
Correct. It is driving
the industry forward. But guess what? This is what it means. So let's say this goes through and it's driving the industry forward, and we say 5 years down the road, just devil's advocate here, they have not caught up to the point where Microsoft is at, because once again, they've been doing this since for Horizon 3.
But that's a what if though.
Hold on, I'm just going with this thing. So what we're saying is this: instead of me going to a third party or somebody else that can either have autonomous AI or NPCs and they performance ain't up to par to Microsoft, I got to go to Microsoft.
But that's what drives competition, though. So
but that
people are going to get tired of Microsoft problem. So there's going to be another company that creates similar or competitive technology. That's what drives competition.
And Noah is correct. If Microsoft was ahead of the curve when it comes to implementing cloud gaming into their platform, why Microsoft have to pay for being ahead of the competition? That shouldn't have anything to do with Microsoft. they should have stepped their game up and implement certain things so that their cloud could have been in a position where it is they could compete with Microsoft. So are you saying because I decided to act and build up my cloud, because of that, I cannot move forward? It's rubbish.
Yeah.
That to me, that don't make any sense.
Because guess what? They using that argument now, and with the white gloves on, what happened? It got blocked.
Right.
You're going through all of these issues. If the deal doesn't go through, I'm hearing you possibly got to give the company that you was trying to buy $3 billion. I don't know how true that is or not, but
that's normal. That's normal. That's normal with mergers and acquisitions. That's normal.
But I'm just saying, you still have to go out there and pay for this, and then on the end of that, if it don't go through completely with your with anything, you lose out. Period. So apparently, you having the white gloves on and trying to be nice was not being beneficial to you at all in the first.
I mean,
period.
Either that means either way they wouldn't have got it. I mean, it wasn't because they were trying to be the nice guys. Just
no, they was being nice, because then they say prior they could have just bought it and left it at that.
No,
they could have just bought out the whole little. You went through the FTC and pushed it forward.
No. They had to get it. They had to get approval. They had to get approval from at least 2.
So at least had to get approval from 2 instead of a third.
Right now they have 0.
Did they get approval from the 2?
No, they got blocked by CMA. The FTC is trying to take them to court, and we're waiting on the EU.
Boy, if the EU only blocked this, ponies will be dancing in the streets. They'll be dancing on poles. They'll be underwater dancing. These guys are sick. This deal will go through in the UK because these guys are going to run amok.
Now, if they get the EU approval, they can't do this. They can get the EU approval. They can tell FTC sue. We'll go ahead and proceed and just sue us.
Yeah.
And they can pull out of UK.
If the EU approve it, then there's some life. I can see the life still.
There's still a shot. Yeah, if the EU.
Yeah. I think the final boss.
The EU has no problem.
Yeah, I think the final boss is Lena Khan.
There might not be no witch in UK though for a little bit.
Lena Khan is the final boss. If they could get past Lena Khan, it's GG. GG. Huh? Yeah, the FTC. Yeah. They need to get past Lena Khan. Lena Khan, oh God, this girl. Oh gosh, I don't know why she's. And she met with was it the CMA, and she's saying that they didn't talk about the merger. She's a snake and she's a liar.
Yeah.
Lena Khan, boy, hey.
Yeah,
so with all that, why did Microsoft secure the bag and make sure with all these high-priced lawyers, make sure the cloud wasn't going to be something effective?
Correct.
No, they brought it up at the last second. They mentioned the cloud like it was like a week or 2 ago, where the CMA said Sony pretty much the merger is not a threat to Sony, but we have some concerns about the cloud, and we're willing to go over some remedies. They never. There was no remedies offered. They didn't give Microsoft opportunity to.
No, what I'm saying is, when you got a lawyer or when you hire somebody in that ilk, you're pushing to defend any and every avenue an individual can take to debunk what they got, to disapprove or approve something.
The cloud.
They even mentioned VR in this situation. So apparently they had the conversation about VR as well. They had the conversation about mobile. They had the conversation about sales. Why didn't they have a conversation about cloud?
When did they have a conversation about VR?
I honestly think that's now Mellow. There are certain things that Microsoft was trying to keep quiet. I think cloud is one of them because they know, okay, if this deal passed through, you know what? Cloud is a very big thing that they could maybe evolve as time goes on. But they didn't want that to be the focus. Everyone was making Call of Duty the hoopla, right? They were making a big hoopla off of Call of Duty, so they kept that focus. Call of Duty is coming to everyone. Call of Duty, you understand what I'm saying? But the cloud is something was a kind of like a little hush hush. The third persons would not have noticed it, but oh, that CMA, they sneaky. And when they tweeted out that the deal was blocked, they had the eyes, it have an emoji with the eyes. They knew what they're doing. Did the CMA know what they were doing? They know a lot of eyes are on them right now, and they did exactly what they needed to do in order to stir up conversation and stir up talk because they want that power.
I don't think you realize what happened. Look, so this is what happened. Sony went to the CMA and said that Microsoft is trying to do to us what we're doing to them, but trying to be secretive about it, right? And then CMA does their investigation and finds out, yeah, the stuff that you accuse of Microsoft of doing, that's pretty much what you're doing. But they protected Sony instead of making the case about Sony being anti-competitive. They said that Microsoft wasn't a threat, but then they came up with a whole nother reason to block it. It's a cloud. The cloud was never part of the conversation,
right?
Until like the very end.
Yeah, I understand what I'm saying. I get that part. What I'm saying is, if I'm paying a lawyer top-notch money, you better comb through everything.
Yeah, everything.
Bro,
leave no stone unturned.
I do not go through no NBA player, NFL player. Do not touch the daggone court without going through tape and film of their opponents and themselves. So which means I'm combing through everything. I don't care what it is, especially looking at the bag that's on the table regarding this deal. Ain't no way here in hell I'm gonna make something as small as this little niche area that haven't even grown yet interfere to the point where they would even have that to use as a defense. That is what I'm saying.
It's not up to a lawyer though, bro.
That is up to a lawyer, because guess what? When it was brought up, apparently something happened where they didn't have anything to combat it, that it got blocked.
Right.
You have a rebuttal when somebody says something to you in court. You have a rebuttal. Your rebuttal was not efficient enough,
bro.
It got blocked.
They accused Microsoft of doing something in the future that they haven't done yet. Like, how do you defend as a lawyer? How do you defend that?
You know how you defend it? It is called
a preemptive strike.
One is called research, and two, it is called the financial projection. Between a 5-year to 10-year projection, you should have some type of candy number of where you will be going and where you will be ending at. Is that the final possibility of where it's going to be? No, but I have something in court to use to help me in this argument.
They're lawyers. They're not business analysts.
That's the point, nigga. I'm paying you to be a lawyer. You're in court. What are you talking about?
It's not. They didn't even go to court. It's mergers and acquisitions, bro.
Bro, you doing a merger and acquisition. It's a defendant, it's a co-defendant, it's a plaintiff, and it's a judge. I'm telling they're pleading their case. They're pleading their case. They're pleading their case on why this deal should not go through. I'm pleading my case on the deal why it should go through. It's black and white.
It's not a court case. It's not a U.S. thing, for one. Two, it's not a court case. It's an anti-competitive agency. They have the final say,
agency, which did what? They listened to both people. They listened to both parties' argument, and they came up with a determination to say nay or yay. Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
The grand scheme of which I said first. They listened to both people arguments. So one person came up with an argument about cloud gaming, and the other person had
Sony's
a weak argument to combat
it
cloud
wasn't
gaming
about
that
cloud
was not
gaming though.
efficient enough to them
What
that
is
they
it?
blocked it.
But cloud gaming was never part of the argument, bro.
Yeah, cloud gaming wasn't part of the argument. I think cloud gaming was not even brought up.
Was it?
But what they should have done was have something in the event that it was brought up.
Thank you.
So they have, they have something with the.
I comb through and have a security of everything that can be brought up in court. That's what I'm saying.
Now I have to be cited. But there is no cloud market. There is no cloud market.
Apparently, it is a cloud market because guess what? MWire, a European company, says, "Hey, we want to deal with cloud gaming."
Right.
What are you talking about?
The market doesn't exist.
Again, it exists because there are companies there that does cloud gaming. What are you talking about?
No, we know it wasn't part of the argument, Noah. But Microsoft should still have something in the event that they bring it up. They could say, no, well, we have remedies for that. We are doing this, we are doing that, we are doing that. You know what I'm saying? They should have something just in case.
It is so small. It is so minute that it doesn't even matter, bro. It's like
apparently it matters because guess what was the outcome?
Cloud
gaming prevented this from going through.
Like, nobody was thinking about
that.
Cloud
Literally,
gaming
that small market, that cloud small market of 1%. Prevented this deal from going through. So apparently,
nobody knew a boosteroid existed until this deal went through.
You didn't know what boosteroid was, but guess what? They must have been doing something.
That song like a supplement drink, man.
MWare must have been doing something in cloud gaming because guess what? At the end of the day, it
boost you up with boosteroid. Supplement drink.
Like,
bro, the best
boost me up.
In that case, bro. I can't win that.
I don't care if it was Tic Tac Cloud Gaming. Apparently, it did something to stop the whole entire deal from going through. These guys gave up 5-10 years of everything. Like, yo, y'all can have all this shit. We don't even care. We're not taking our games. It's not exclusive. None of that mess. 5-10 years here. Whoever want a deal, they can have a deal. And then you trip and fall over a pebble, which is cloud gaming.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
For years.
Because you didn't secure all your fucking deals.
Don't agree with him, Pastor.
For years, my knees was not working until I had me a glass of Boostroid. It boosted me right up. Now I could walk. Hey, no one knew about this Boostroid, but it is what it is.
Have y'all played what is this game? The Last Case of Benedict Fox.
I played a little bit.
Nope. Right now, my focus is to complete to complete Wulong. In addition to Wulong, I'm trying to see if I can beat Breath of the Wild again to give me a little practice for Tears of the Kingdom, because that game is going to be massive, right? So that's what I'm doing right now: Wulong and Tears of and Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay. Breath of the Wild was good. Yeah, Wulong was fire. I ain't even gonna hold you. That was fire.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard, but it's going good.
So Noah, with the little bit that you played, how far have you got? Have you experienced anything or?
Not really. I just kind of went because it was between that and Jedi, and I started playing Jedi.
You said fuck that, went Jedi.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna come back to it though.
Well, you got some time. You got some time because I guess you went from one bug to the other bug. You prefer those bugs over this bug.
Oh shit!
So I'm just gonna give a little brief because Post ain't here right now on The Last of Us. I had to get this rant out because I'm sorry. This game deserves every bit of what it's about to receive from me personally. Especially looking at the climate in gaming. This game fucked up. This game fucked up.
Which game is that? Redfall?
No, the Last Case of Benedict Fox.
Benedict Fox, right.
Now, because this is one of them games I was hyped for when they announced it.
Isn't
I
that
was,
indie?
I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah,
It's from Plot Twist and a couple of developers. I was hyped for the game when it was announced. It was like on the same level as Replace for me. I don't know if y'all remember Replace, but yeah, it's on that same level. So, I get into the game. It's a murder mystery, so I don't want to give y'all the story, but it's a murder mystery. You got puzzles and clues and etc. I'm cool, right up my alley. Let's get it. Let's get it cracking. So get into the game and off back. I mean, from the moment I got to the first save point, it's been bug galore. It's been
like what? So like what? Slow down or what?
Massive frame drops, the game crashing. What else issue that I had? Oh, the character freezing in mid-air.
Now, I noticed there was a
randomly.
performance mode and a quality mode. I played around with a little bit, but what mode do you play on? That's why not to cut you
I
off.
was on quality mode.
Quality. Have you tried performance mode to see if some of those bugs go away?
You know what? Maybe I need to check that out. I did quality. I'm gonna switch it over there when I get to pro. I set it on. I set it on quality and kept it pushing. So it might be that case. But it goes back to what we were saying first with the developers not optimizing their games to its best performance before release. And it's a disheartening because I'm actually more intrigued into the story as further I get along, and I'm like, oh, it got some ritual things going on too. It's kind of crazy in this game right now. It's dealing with a lot of stuff.
What rituals?
Yeah.
Not me, man. I wanna sleep on a night, rich man. Not me. I'm good.
Yeah. I was kind of like, whoa, for a minute. Took it back for a minute, but the story is really good. I was like, I've caught on to it a little too far into the story. So, but it goes back to what we were saying more about these developers not putting their best foot forward when it comes to this, and due to it being a AA game. I don't think a lot of people gonna check it out. I still say check it out if you into those games. I just say wait a little bit for them to fix those issues.
You know what's crazy? A lot of the reviewers I'm seeing, they reviewed Star Wars Jedi, the new Star Wars that came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them are saying it have performance problems and so forth, but they gave that a good score. That got a good score. It had dips. I think I saw something recently. It had dips where dipping down to 600 and something p, and that game got a really good score.
We talked about it earlier, Pastor. Like,
I'm trying to understand.
Mode, it drops down to 864p and ranges to like 912p on the PS5. And the resolution mode is not that much better. It's like it's still sub 1080p. The only place to play, as far as I know, to play like as far as consoles, to play native 1080p is the Xbox Series S. S is a Sam because there's no ray tracing.
So is the reviewers consistent in their criticism of games that are not optimized well? I mean, if they're consistent with their review, they should not rate that game that high because they will say, okay, this game, we can see the vision, but right now it's not optimized well. We're giving it this score. But you can't give us a game a bad score because it's poorly optimized. But when it's a big game like Star Wars, you give it a good score. No, that can't work. They should be consistent.
With that, I mean, it's not just performance. They're not really consistent about anything. And if you ask me, like we've seen them score games down because of too much water. Remember Days Gone got scored down because I guess the girl bent down and was playing with a tire. So but like these reviewers will find any reason to score a game down nowadays. But there's no standard to as to why a game is good or bad, bro. It's always something. It's always something.
Yeah.
One game will get scored down for dropping frame rate. Another game they'll overlook it. Elden Ring Elden Ring dips into like low 40s, but that's one of the highest rated games. Um,
Right.
Quantum Break 720p. If you read the reviews for Quantum Break, that's pretty much the biggest um the biggest reason why it got scored down because it was 720p.
Right.
Rise 900p. That was those were the big things that a lot of reviewers were tagging them for because of resolution. But today
Well,
we're playing the game at 864p on the PS5 and it scored good. So you know,
yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what it is. Microsoft do with Redfall. If they bring out the performance mode as quick as possible, and to at least gamers who play those type of games, they get their 60 FPS, and it's good to show persons that yes, the Series X and S could run this game at a good perf- performance, whether it be 60, whether it be 60 1080p or 60 4K. Let they do it. They need to show their customers that it's possible to run these games at that
So,
frame rate.
so Noah, you said due to the fact that the Xbox Series S doesn't have ray tracing, is performing better. Did I hear that right?
hello,
Yeah, I
hello,
think
can
is
you hear
that
me?
what he said.
So yeah, because the PS5 and the Series X, there's no way to toggle ray tracing off. So what they did was lower the resolution below
Uh-huh.
1080p, and they use FSR2 to upscale it. Well, the Series S version doesn't have ray tracing, but the native resolution is higher at 1080p.
So these consoles isn't ready for ray tracing.
Nah, I mean they can do it, but there's a cost.
Damn,
And what about
that's interesting.
But what?
the ROG Ally? Or do you think the ROG Ally have the enough power to do that?
No, no,
No.
no. But it's a handheld, so the lower resolution won't be that big of a problem.
So, but wasn't? Am I confused? Isn't ray tracing one of the selling points for the next gen consoles?
Yeah,
It was right.
yeah, and it's doing ray tracing. It's just
The
tanking the
performance is
performance.
taking a hit for it.
Hmm.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, ray tracing is beating the socks off of some of these consoles.
That's why we're getting these. That's why I feel like we're gonna get the Pro consoles of the Series XX2 or Series X2. It's coming, man.
So is that? Cause hold on, cause hold on, cause I'm tired of the bullshit, bro. If I'm hearing a consistent situation where, cause we had the 4K debacle mess last year when they were saying we can do 4K, but we really didn't get nothing to the last generation of the console, and that was the bare minimum.
Right.
Now we're getting ray tracing, and now it is hindering gaming with issues. Why do they just not advertise and promote ray tracing until it's up to a point of good standing?
Because it's always been that way, man. Look, think about the 360 and the PS3. They were
I know
marketed
it.
as high
Just now, somebody
definition
washing.
consoles, right?
Mm.
Oh no, yeah,
Here,
I'm
I
sorry,
hear
they
me.
put in water. My bad.
Oh.
But look at the Xbox 360 and the PS3, right? They was marketed as high definition consoles, but most of those games were running like 540p, 640p, and so we always get the first iteration of whatever they're marketing is always
But you know what's confusing? I thought FSR and the other program would have made these
I
things
don't know.
easier to run on the current console.
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, why won't they just remove ray tracing and don't advertise it to that point. I get it. I get what you're saying, Noah. We didn't went down the same rabbit hole. They advertised it to do one thing. Once we receive the product, you know what? I guess I'm just talking too much because we accept the shit. We still go out here and buy the stuff. We still go out here and entertain what they give us as consumers, and I guess it's just the way it is. Never mind.
I mean, it should have programs that Microsoft know that could assist all developers to make sure that the games run with ray tracing at 60 frames per second. But I'm not seeing all these programs, all these software that they can do to implement these things. I'm not seeing they using it. Why? And I know they are capable of using it.
I mean, I think because they have to develop for so many platforms, and they try to program for the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
But first party, I expect first party to use everything, bro. Like Gears 5 is probably one of the best optimized games on the Series X. Like we got when that Series X patch dropped, we had 120 FPS mode. We had it wasn't native 4K, but it was like 1800p 60 frames per second. The frame rate rarely ever dipped. Cutscenes were running at a solid 60. It was using VRS2. It didn't have hardware based ray tracing. It had like software based ray tracing, but it looked good though. So and then Forza Horizon 5 when it came out, we had a 1080p 60 mode. Wait, was it 1080p 120? No, it was 160. It was 1080. No, it wasn't even 1080p. It was like 1440p or higher, 60, and then there was like the native 4K mode that ran on 30. And then Forza Horizon ran smooth as butter. So when it comes to Xbox Studios and their first party games, it's been solid. Like Redfall is, but Bethesda works independently, so I don't know where the disconnect was and why they dropped, why they're releasing that 30. But for the most part, man, we've been getting some solid performing games.
The point is, go ahead. What is it?
No. Go ahead. What was the point?
Yeah. No. The point is, Microsoft really had to understand that it's too many bad weeks of bad news coming out for the Xbox. So they need to change that narrative by putting out something out there that could help the public understand that yes, Microsoft is a good place to play. The console is capable of doing these things. Instead of these weeks constantly, we're seeing negative articles about it not able to run 60 frames per second. Ray tracing can be compatible. They need to send out the A-team, send out the hit squad to make all these games run at a beautiful frame per second, make it run and look crispy and clean like Egyptian silk. This is what Microsoft need to do. Instead of just sitting back, let go the A-team, man.
I'm about to say, how can you do that, bro? The goalposts fluctuate whenever the wind blows. We had a complaint about grass. You had complaints about Craig. You got complaints about now. You got complaints about 30 to 60. It seems like anytime there's an announcement for the Xbox, and it's people comb through and see anything that even remotely sound like something as an argument point, it get pointed out and it spread like cancer on social media. The IGs and the IGNs and all that mess, they just gonna carry on with that same rhetoric because of what the social media is saying. And the pony armed forces is out here in droves, bro. They out here. They cleaning these streets 24/7, 7 days a week. They don't bend, they don't break.
the amount of videos I saw just last week because of this deal being blocked, it's not even funny. The amount of videos this I saw, wow.
What you
You know
saying,
what I'm
man?
saying? I think his mic cut off.
Cause I'm like, at this point, you can't compete with social media at this point. We had to get a game like Hi-Fi Rush to do a stealth drop just to prevent it from being bombed for anything.
Yeah.
Just so it can sell what it sold.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about, this is one of the reasons why they want Xbox or Microsoft to be so transparent, is because once you're being transparent and I know what you got on the table, I can weed through and poke holes at your argument to make your statement or your brand look terrible in these Twitter streets.
Yeah.
So it's like, in my case, it's like it's damn near a lose-lose situation at this point. Because if I hold back information, I'm hiding something. If I publicly say and give you what's going on, I get ridiculed for that also.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I mean,
yeah, and also from my understanding, like the agreement that Bethesda and Microsoft have when they acquired them, I don't think they can intervene in their day-to-day operations like that. Like, I mean, the game, like, from my understanding, the agreement is they make the games and they can put them on Game Pass, and Microsoft can determine the platforms they publish them. But when it comes to like developing the game and the creative part of it, that's all Bethesda.
But I get Bethesda because, one, that's been their tradition since God knows how long, and with their tradition and how they operate, they've sold God knows how many millions. Like,
yeah, I'm saying
the Fallout 76 that I have now ain't nowhere near the Fallout 76 we got on release.
Right.
But I'm saying, but with that, can you really blame Microsoft if Bethesda's working independently? Do we blame Microsoft? Do we blame Bethesda? Like, what?
The media blames Microsoft. They don't ever hold the developers accountable for anything. Let's just be honest. Long as they see that Xbox brand logo there and it says anything related to an exclusive or a deal related with Microsoft, which is so weird as hell to me, it already gave points knocking off for it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it don't matter, as Melo said, it would be a lose-lose, in the sense that if it is, you say, because I made the argument, I said here this, these ponies, these sick ponies for months said that Microsoft cannot take credit for the games that Bethesda, was releasing. So when Bethesda announced Redfall and Starfield, all the ponies in droves came and said, no, you can't take credit for that because it didn't build from the ground up, right? But now as the game is not running and at 60 frames a second, they're saying what Microsoft is doing. Microsoft is running these games to the ground and all of this. So what is it? Is it that they can't take credit for it, or is it that they have to take blame for it, for how it runs and all that? So damn if you do, damn if you don't. These sick ponies. However, I could understand the other side of the coin, where Microsoft, because Bethesda is now under their umbrella, they have a right to look at these games and make sure, especially seeing that Redfall is the first console exclusive, the first party console exclusive, which is the Xbox and Series consoles and the PC. They should have ensure that no matter what, this game runs at 60 frames per second from the jump. I mean, the art style.
There should have been some intervention somewhere. I agree with you.
Yes. I mean, the art style is subjective because persons praise Breath of the Wild, and that art style is kind of similar to Redfall, and Redfall looks way better when it comes to fidelity and sharpness and things than Breath of the Wild. So I don't think Breath of the Wild, to each his not Breath of the Wild, the art style, to each his own with that. But when it comes to the FPS, Microsoft should have ensured before they put that out, because they know press work. They know what the media would do with that, right? Just to take that off of their back, they should have, make sure it come out. But it is what it is. It's coming out. It looks good. Maybe they, pump out the 60 frames per second as fast as possible so that persons could enjoy that game at that frame rate, and at least they could get this negative press off of their back. It's too many negative press Microsoft have been having.
I don't see that. I don't see no end coming with it. To
Yeah,
be honest,
it's been a tough week for Microsoft. The block.
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard rumors.
Sales,
I heard rumors that they have sent the team, they have sent the hit squad to the Bethesda lab to ensure.
I bet it's a coalition.
Yeah, to ensure that the game runs good.
Oh yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
No.
To ensure that the game runs good.
Because Redfall runs on Unreal Engine, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Or is it
Bethesda? Unreal, I believe so.
And Coalition got.
Yeah, they do.
Coalition most of their teams used to be part of Epic, so they pretty much created the engine. They're like gurus when it comes to Unreal.
Yeah. Look, this guy saying Sony gets bad press. So I don't think Sony gets bad press. I believe that
Unreal Engine 4, yeah.
I believe that most of the industry is afraid of Sony because they know they have some feral fans that will attack if they say anything bad about Sony.
I wonder why it's not running Unreal Engine 5 though. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't decide to port it to, or if they will.
But guys, I don't know where post's gone, but by me where I live, it's 12:25, so I need to go and take a rest. I'm late in the morning, right? I want to thank Post and you guys for allowing me to come up. It's been good. I will,
you, man.
I will return.
Promote your channel while you're going out, Pastor.
Yes. So for those who listening, if you guys want to subscribe, you all like, Xbox news. My channel is primarily Xbox and Nintendo stuff. So if you all, like what you all hear, look out for some of my videos, see what it's saying, and if you all like it, subscribe. You understand? And if it is there is a if there is a pony if there are ponies in the chat, that channel is also for you ponies because it really helps you to be grounded. You guys are too far up in the clouds. You all think you're all untouchable. My channel helps to ground you. You could smell the grass and so forth. You guys need to be kept in check because you guys get feral very quickly.
Humble yourself.
You understand? Yes, humble yourself. It's a humbling. Ooh, buddy, humble thyself under the mighty hand. Right?
You have to throw it in there, Pastor. Humble thyself.
Humble thyself. So, guys, it was fun. I'll be back again once you all on post allow me. So take it easy, man.
Tell post and say,
you're welcome anytime, bro. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, man.
All right,
take it easy.
Take it easy, bro.
Yeah, bye.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's getting late here too, man.
So right now we operating on pins and needles. I'm sick, post-headed situation, so we just rolling until we feel like we can't roll no more right now.
I'm pretty sure we're the up here the street. I gotta get up in the morning myself, man.
Oh, you heading out?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But good talk, bro. I'm gonna
always, nigga. I'll let you. You already know.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna check out that
finna stay. So I'm finna talk about Street Fighter.
Hey, is the demo on Xbox? The Street Fighter
demo is out, and ain't nobody said, spoke, or nothing. I don't know Xbox. What's going on. It's on Xbox. Absolutely. It dropped. I believe it dropped Saturday, either Saturday or Saturday night.
Yeah, they still that thing. Ain't know what's up.
Yeah, which is another problem. No advertisement, no promotion. Didn't see it on the front screen. I literally had to go to the store to search and type in Street Fighter 6 just to get the demo, which is crazy.
I see Street Fighter 6, but I don't see demo. Oh, here you go. I see it. You're right. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, it should be in there. They just literally put up the price tag for you to even purchase the game. So another thing Microsoft or whoever needs to get on because they didn't pull the plug on this right.
That's in the Sony contracts, bro. They probably couldn't announce it.
But I get it, but I don't know why, because the engine that they operating with is using the engine and they're using the Azure servers. So it's like that's content to put on your screen, on your front screen. Yeah. I don't know.
But if you about to talk about the Street Fighter, I'm about to head out. But I got it installed on mine, so I'm gonna check it out. Hey man, we're good talk, man. Hopefully we get up tomorrow, play some Redfall.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely there. If it's tomorrow, I hope it's tomorrow. What you said, because if it ain't, then I just have to wait till Tuesday. I'm getting it in Game Pass.
True. Hey, chat. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Love y'all. And hopefully you'll come check us out. If you're not playing Redfall yourself, well, I guess we need a fourth if anybody want to hop in tomorrow. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun. All right, y'all take care, man. Peace.
All right, now. He said, yeah, exactly, Sebastian. Make sure you go ahead and hit that New Zealand. Now, what they said, the core gameplay is the only thing I was worried about, and it's good. The street walking stuff is all right, too. Not perfect, but all right. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to get into the Street Fighter situation. Even though I'm who I am, I got to be honest. This is one of the things that I brought up prior about Microsoft on advertising and promoting. Unfortunately, they dropped the ball on this one. Is that post? Oh shit, that is. I was gonna say this nigga scared the hell out of me, bro. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I had a little situation with my son. My son just got jumped on and shit.
Oh no. Oh shit. Is he okay?
Yeah, I'm out in the streets right now. Damn near lost his life, but luckily they ain't had a gun on him. I think I'm up here at the University of Chicago, but I come up here to the emergency room, and you got police all out here. Some shit went down in the emergency room up here. Police, University of Chicago, everybody up here, man. Detectives, all that. So I can't even really get in there
for
yet,
your situation or something else.
Oh, this something else.
Okay.
They got shit blocked off right now. They got shit blocked off, but I'm gonna go in there in a minute. I see people leaving and shit. I'm gonna go in there in a minute and see what's up with him. You know, they took his wallet and his phone and shit like that. So he good though. He good.
Okay, as long as he good. Prayer, man. Yeah. I was about to do the Street Fighter thing, but no, skip all that, bro.
Where'd Noah go? He left.
Noah had to go to bed. I'm sick. Pastor did his 1-2, and you know it's late over there. So I was just gonna talk about Street Fighter lastly, and then I was gonna head out. But
yeah, I came in because y'all wouldn't have been able to end the stream because I'm the host. I just signed in on my phone. I could host it from my phone. You feel me?
I ain't know you can even do all that. See, look at power of God, but no, we gonna go ahead and shut that mess down, bro. Handle your business, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, we gonna end the stream right here, man. We'll holler at y'all later in the week and shit. Cause I ain't at the house right now. I won't be able to end the stream, but I'll be able to do it on the phone. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting. There's always something in the city going on. Mellow, y'all behind the city, man. Y'all stay blessed. Let me see here. I could do this from here. Oh, from the phone.
What, you get dropped?
From the phone. I could do all this shit from the phone. Oh, man. All right, y'all have a good one, man. We out, all right?
All right, peace, y'all.
They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, so I would be a fool to leave my eyes exposed. In the dark I glow, I got neo soul. So with my eyes closed, I can see a lot when it's told. I've been exposed. The stories of rose made with pure gold. Pearly white gates with the diamond handles. Trying to hustle hard so my family can go down Wall Street without them folks calling us broke. I've been rich before, bro, but not in this lifetime. These kids got swag, but it's not quite like mine. Walked in the crib, my girl watching that Lifetime. She hit me with a question, now I'm down in my lifeline. My life is like a show that hasn't made it to prime time. I'ma skip that prime time and chill in the limelight. A 9mm don't shoot like a 4.5. Mathematic flow, boy, I'm spitting that Einstein. Dog, I swear I must have killed that pussy like 9 times. Now she spoiled and she wanna dine and some fine wine. We ain't jewelry shopping, but you just picked a fine time. Peace, I gotta go, I drop you off at the bus line. I used to kick dirt, now when I travel I touchdown. Who's gonna make you eat dirt for talking about us? Nah, used to be a boy, I'm on my grown man-ish. And if your life sucks, I'm trying to get to know that bitch. If he's cool, then baby, I'm cold as shit. Matter of fact, I don't know nobody cold as this. I'm built for this itch, they trying to study my blueprints. I'm so Swayze, like I studied the blueprint.
Money coming in, so we up now. When I was broke, they wouldn't touch down. Started from the bottom of the bed, man. Had to get it fast, with no vision.
We was lights out, trying to find a way out. Damn, look where I'm at now. I used to be on rocky grounds, but it's solid now. Homies I used to call friends, they ain't solid now. Situations change, I got problems now. Never worry about the haters, focus on the win. When I was down and out, they weren't focused in. Get a little bread, they all focused in. I chose to look at life through a different lens. And my lady stayed down for it all. Take flight, touchdown, we don't round trip at all. We stay, fuck up the towns and the malls. Her day for being down for the cause.